What's going on, guys? Welcome back to hashtag AskGSM here today, episode 637 for Tuesday, February 10th, 2024. The only problem is that we have done 636 of these episodes without Mr. Randy Cruz. He's joining us for 637 here today. Mr. Randy Cruz, brother, what's going on?
Grand Matthews, my man, how you doing?
I am doing well, my man. We have not spoken in a bit over video anyway. I'm happy to have you on. I know we've talked about this in the past. I'm excited to get you on here today. Not just like typically with WrestleRant. Typically, I just go over the news like, you know what you and I have done on 2 to 3 falls, obviously, over the years, which we'll get to in a second. But here today, we're just fielding questions from anyone that joins us live. I got some questions sent in ahead of time that I'll get to as well. Just kind of shooting the shit and see what's going on. So, yeah, man, I appreciate you taking the time here today.
Listen, man, for those who don't know, we've been doing the podcast for over 10 years now, and you've been there from the beginning, and it's slowly growing, and I definitely appreciate your love and support every time we do a show. We got great chemistry, and always admired your support, and without you, I don't know where the podcast would be today. It's because you are the man, you are the guy who interviews everybody, so I'm just trying to follow in your footsteps, in your path. So one day I want to grow up to be like you, man.
What are you, R-Truth? I appreciate it, brother. No, you're too kind. You're too kind. But yeah, no, me and Randy have been doing this since we're OGs in the game. We're day oneers here. Been doing this a long time. Randy, I've known you for probably upwards of over a decade at this point. It's got to be. It's got to be over at least 10 years. So.
Just about over a decade. Yeah. Obviously, we've hung out. We've linked up a few times. We met through social media. Our boy Arden, a brief intro to us a long time ago. And ever since then, it's been like, yo, me and you have been at the hip together for wrestling stuff. So I admire you. I admire what you do. You're much younger than me. So I wish I can rewind the time. But listen, man, I appreciate your love, support, your friendship. And I support you in whatever you do, brother.
Appreciate it, Randy. I appreciate it, brother. No, listen, I love and appreciate everything you do as well. Obviously, all the great work, especially without me. It's especially better without me. But you got the whole
Don't
crew.
do that. Don't do that. No.
You got the whole Kenny, the whole crew on Mondays after SmackDown. You guys do multiple shows a week. So talk a little bit about where people can find. Obviously, you're on the Twitter machine. It's here on not on where we're talking, but we were explaining this before we went live. How it's a bit of a different layout if you're watching on YouTube. But I got your handle there at Randy J Cruz. Follow him there, obviously, as well. But Randy, I know you tweet out the links when you guys do the show after Raw most weeks, SmackDown as well, other episodes throughout the week. We've done some great interviews lately, which I'll get to in a second. But where can people find the show, first and foremost?
Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at 2 out of 3 Falls Pod. SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music. For the video, most importantly, go to youtube.com/Cruise Control Podcast. I think we're like 2 or 1 away from 700. We don't have 30K like you subscribers, Grand Matthews, but we're trying to get to a little 700. It means a lot to us. So it's been a slow grind, a slow burn. With yourself, my guys, Kenny Holt and Terrence Watson, who take care of the night shows, following Raw, following SmackDown, or now we've been doing the live stream for Raw and SmackDown, trying to do different things. We began it for the Royal Rumble, and it was right out the gate, like 2K viewers.
Yeah, shit was insane when you told me that. Yeah,
I was like, yo, right out the gate, like, I think we can do this and build on that. Again, slow build, slow burn, but we're getting used to doing the live stream and talking for 2.5, 3 hours. It's not as easy as it might sound or look. It's a lot of talking, a lot of content, a lot of being in the moment of what you got to do for the audience. But we love it, and going to continue doing it. Obviously, we got Chamber coming up, so we'll do the live stream for that as well. But again, find the podcast on all social media platforms. Support us. We're trying to do things different. Whenever Graham is not busy, and he can stop ducking us, he come back on and just have a little reunion going on.
I know, definitely soon. I am out to visit in the very near future, so I promise you that I will definitely be on soon. But no, going live after the Rumble was super smart, especially since it was airing earlier on in the afternoon. When you told me that you guys had as many viewers as you did, I mean, I'm not surprised. You guys do great work, you, Kenny, and Terrence. But that's awesome, though. That was a good Rumble to go live after, because the show was good, but I feel like there was a lot of conversation to be had about with Roman winning the Rumble, and obviously now we know he's facing Punk, and that promo was great last week. But a good time to go live, and I mean, especially I mean, I guess you wouldn't do one. I guess we'll see what the case is for Mania. I know you were at Mania last year. You were in Vegas for Mania, and that's where I obviously saw you last year. But
Yeah.
if you can do a show, great. And if not, I mean, it's a win-win because you get to do a show, and if not, then you're there probably. So either way, it's a win-win, right?
Yeah, because we went live for the Rumble for the whole entire thing.
Oh yeah, not just live after. Yeah, I'm sorry, during the show. Yeah,
So it was like, yo, let's try. We might get like 100 people,
yeah,
bro. Within 2 minutes, 100, boom, 152. I'm like,
yeah,
holy shit. So now you gotta like talk to the audience, like, hey, all right, we're gonna keep you occupied for 3 hours.
yep.
We gotta just be talking our shit. And when it was all said and done, I think it was 2.9K on Twitter. We're still trying to work the YouTube of it all because that's not the easiest thing
Sure.
to manifest. So
Yeah,
either way, people came on, they enjoyed it, they engaged, and I think now that's what we trying to do the most. Where if you watch us, just engage. You ain't gotta watch the whole 2 hours, but let's tap in, hang out with us for a little bit, and I think that's what we're trying to do every Monday night and Friday night. Obviously, PLE night as well.
yeah. No, good shit. Check out Randy and the 2 out of 3 Falls podcast, of course. Upcoming appearance for myself at some point, most definitely.
right.
But obviously the crew itself, Terrence, Kenny, Randy, they do great work. And a couple months ago, we spoke to Natty, which was awesome. She had
That's right.
Randy did an amazing. I was in for the ride and I was also present, but Randy did a lot of the heavy lifting and that interview was excellent. You've probably seen some of the clips with the collabs and shit. And I'll collab with you on this after we're done being live here, but on the clips with the Natty interview where that blew up on Instagram specifically. I mean, the fact that she shared as much as she did is great. The interview itself was awesome. I thought she was great. And you guys also talked to Ken Kennedy right before that. So you
That's
got a
right.
lot of buzz right now, my man. It's great to see.
Hey man, we're trying to do one thing at a time. I know when I called you for Natty, you was like, "Yo, I'm there. Count me in." And she was awesome for over an hour plus. It was supposed to be a 35-minute
Yeah.
joint, and she was like, "Nah, I love what you guys do," because she told us that she has seen the podcast.
She did say
at
that.
some-
Yeah.
So I was like, "Oh shit!" Like she got wind of it on social, so that really made us feel good about it. And,
Yeah.
gave us little tidbits of what the Natty character was going to become in the future. She said, "Stay tuned, Maxine," and stuff like that. So we're really proud and happy that she's in this spot right now, getting the opportunity to showcase her talent with this new character. So as we saw last night on Raw with Maxine, remains to be seen what they have her do for WrestleMania. But it was good having her on, and we're trying to get some other people to come on before WrestleMania. So once, God forbid, that does happen, I'm calling you, I'm texting you, bro. You better be available because this is big time. Now, yo, what's it? Hold up.
Yep.
What's the deal with the beard? Like, when did you start growing that? Like, I just noticed that, like, last time we spoke, you were clean face with Natty. Now you got the beard. Is that something you say, yo, I'm just tired of shaving, I want to try something new? What's up with the beard?
So I've had facial hair, but I just didn't really grow it out. I kept it at a certain length for so many years, but on Christmas, usually I just trim it. When I say I had a beard before, like it wasn't obviously the length that it is now. I just had like some like whatever. I had some facial hair, but I just keep it at a certain point just for whatever reason. On Christmas, I did not have time to trim it or anything. And then I was like, let me just I'll just keep it going, and it's winter anyway. And God knows, Randy, you're in New York City. You fucking know as well as I do being here in Connecticut. It is fucking cold as shit outside. It is ridiculous.
Crazy.
Still trapped by the snow, and it has not gone away, and we're gonna get more snow, and it's terrible. So I was like, I'll just grow it out and see what happens. And this is what it is after I've done some touch-ups on it, but this is what it looks like after about a month and a half. So I appreciate you noticing.
No, it looks nice, man. It looks. I know you ain't got the gray like me yet.
Not yet, getting there.
Not yet, but it looks it's a nice look on you, man.
I appreciate it, brother. Thank you
keep
very
it
much. It means a lot coming from a man of style such as yourself, Randy. I mean, every time, we speak over video, but even in Vegas, dressed to the nines, this guy's as stylish as they come.
Yeah, I got the CM Punk going on, a little gray and a little brown here, so it's wisdom, man.
Exactly. It's grizzled wisdom. Listen.
That's right.
Especially women in
grizzled vet, man. Grizzled vet.
Exactly, you're a grizzled vet, and you got the CM Punk shirt to match too.
That's right. Look at that.
I know. You were talking about the shirt before we went live here. I thought that was a Fanatic shirt, but Randy was telling me that he got that from the big ass. Well, what's that mall called in New Jersey? Do you know? I don't remember.
Dream.
American Dream Mall, yeah, the Dusty Roads Mall, yeah, of course, yeah, yeah, that's where WWE did all their stuff, as I was saying earlier. And that's a hell of a get. That's a great shirt.
Thank you, man. I think it was Oddbox, if I'm
Oddbox, yeah,
not
that's what you said.
mistaken. Oddbox. So,
Yeah, good shirt.
yeah, check it out.
Good shit. Good shit. All right, we're going to get into some housekeeping stuff here real quick before I pull up the chat. Thank you for guys watching live. I'm sure there's been a few comments coming in before we got going here, so appreciate it. I will get going with the chats here in a second. I will change the layout after I'm done with this to pull up the comments. So I'll read them and you guys can see them as we get going here. So just give me 1 second, but I do want to shout out some channel member people: Alexis, Miss Bob Matthews, Dillon, DiGiacomo, Mrs. Renee, Daniel, Malcolm, Adam Quarter on X, who I know knows Randy Cruz. I don't know if you're here in the chat, Daniel, but Daniel's a big fan of Randy as well. He pops every time he sees you in the chat. So
thank you, D. Appreciate it.
yeah, shout out to Daniel. DJ Swerve1 as well, at Swerve1 on IG. Mr. Marceau, at RJ_Marceau on X. John Ritland, Real Honesty with John Ritland on YouTube. Richie, Red Planet Wrestling on YouTube. And Average Grunt right here on Blue Sky as well, at gruntwrestling.bluesky on social. If you want to send in questions to the show, be sure to tweet me on the Twitter machine at WrestleRant with the hashtag AskGSM. Find me on Facebook as well, facebook.com/Graham.GSM.Matthews. Drop a comment to the post that I usually put up on Monday nights. I forgot yesterday, but it's typically up on Mondays, if not on the wall itself. And last but not least, drop a comment on this video in the chat if you're watching live. But after the video is done being live, include it in the comment section. After the video is done processing, I'll include the video for next week. And you never know who might pop up. Randy Cruz is here this week. Maybe John Cena pops up next week, which he will not be. This is the biggest guest we're going to get here on the show, is Randy Cruz.
Oh man, don't do that, man. The pressure and anxiety is already building. So come on, man.
I love it. But yeah, that's about it. So appreciate you guys tuning in live. Be sure to like the video if you guys are watching now or after the fact, and subscribe as well. Just give me 1 second, and I will pull up the chat so you guys can also see it here next to me. Let me backtrack a little bit here in the chat. Johnny, what's going on, brother? He said, talking about, because the main question I will ask you about in a little bit is Roman Reigns, the new Mr. WrestleMania, because he's going to be breaking his record this year for most amount of Manias main evented. He beat Hogan, I think, 2 years ago. He beat his own record last year, and he's going to beat his own record again this year, now that he's headlining with CM Punk. So we'll get to that in a little bit. But he did ask a separate question. This is a very good question. I'll throw it to you first, Randy. He said, who is Miss WrestleMania? Great question. Who do you got?
Miss WrestleMania. Oh boy. Miss. Off top, maybe Charlotte.
That's what I was thinking too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's off the top of the dome. I don't know what her record is. Because everybody says Shawn Michaels is Mr. WrestleMania, but I think he has a below 500 record of winning. But I think Charlotte. I think the first time she appeared was 32. So let's say she's been in the last 10 years at WrestleMania. I don't know her win-loss, but she's probably the only, behind her could be Becky as like a second place. But if you ask me right now, without looking up any information, I'll probably go with Charlotte as Miss WrestleMania.
Yeah, I'm not even sure who else it would be. Charlotte, it's not like, I don't think of her as always having bangers at Mania. Like the Ronda Rousey match existed, I think from 38. Not a terrible match, but the match was not great. The Tiffany match last year I liked. A lot of people did not. I don't think that was a terrible match, but it was kind of average as far as split criticism. But you mentioned 32. That three-way with Charlotte, Sasha, and Becky was fantastic. She had the match with Asuka at Mania 34 when Asuka was still undefeated. She ended said undefeated streak on that show. That match was great. And the matches, not even just match, but matches with Rhea Ripley in the Thunderdome and the second one were both great. So,
and she main evented 35.
And she main evented 35, and the match was, not amazing, but it was decent enough. So, yeah, I'd probably go with Charlotte too, because even if you think of like Becky's had some really good matches. Like, she main evented Mania.
Yeah.
She had the match with Rhea a few years ago. She was in the tag title match last year. I think she was in a random 6-woman tag at WrestleMania 39. So yeah, probably Charlotte, because it definitely wouldn't be Sasha Banks, who's like 0-6 at Mania. Asuka's like 0-6 at Mania. I know I'm still still heated over that.
About Sasha. So yeah, that's come on now.
You need her to come back to the company so she can avenge those losses, right, Randy?
Yeah, at least give her something, because she deserved more in the company. I know she's doing very well in AEW, so congrats to her. But I think she kind of got the short end of the stick a few times in the E. Has always been my favorite.
Yeah.
I love Charlotte, Becky, and Bailey, and everybody else, but I think Sasha just had the swag and the attitude and the aura that most don't have. And she was obviously tag champion multiple times, SmackDown, Raw champion, all that. Never won the Royal Rumble, which
Nope.
she should have won. If I'm wrong, tell me she never won Money in the Bank,
Nope.
which would have made sense with Sasha Banks and Money in the Bank and the briefcase. So it just like it made sense, but sometimes they don't do it when things make sense.
Yeah.
But just and she did main event WrestleMania, which I'm glad that she got a chance to do that with Bianca Belair. So even like Bianca 5 years from now, you could probably say she's miss WrestleMania. So she's someone down the road. But to answer your question, Charlotte, I think is Miss WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think Bianca. That's a good point too. I think Bianca could be in the running at some point. She had that great match with Sasha, obviously, like you said, headlining WrestleMania 5 years ago. Faced Becky the year after that, which was a great match. 39, she had a great match with Asuka, and then she had that tag team match, I think, 2 years ago. And then last year she was involved in that amazing triple threat with Rhea and
That's right.
Io. So I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, I mean, I feel like she wasn't the first. When I said Miss WrestleMania, and you said the first name that popped into your head was Charlotte, I'm the same way. Like she was the first name that came to mind for me. I feel like whoever the first name is probably your answer.
Yeah.
Bianca has a better win-loss record at Mania, I think. She has had better matches overall, not as many matches as Charlotte, but I think you make a good point. Maybe like a couple years down the road we can revisit that, and it probably might be Bianca. I mean, we don't know if
Yeah.
she'll be at Mania this year, but do you think she could be cleared in time to face Jade? I feel like that's the match to do, right?
I hope so because if she wasn't at the Rumble, everybody thought she was going to be in it.
Yeah.
She was not, and everybody's saying, "Oh, she might be at Chamber," which looks at the moment probably not. So then how do you get her to come back and build to a Jade Cargo match in what, a month and a half? That's gonna make it substantial. And obviously, one day I would like to see the women's main event WrestleMania again.
Yeah.
As of right now, we don't know what Liv's gonna pick. Obviously, I think she'll pick Steph. But if you had enough time for Bianca and Jade, at least a 2, 3, 4 month program, I think that could be as a possibility to main event at WrestleMania. But first of all, I hope the recovery is going well because we hear a report one day and different one day. So I hope she does come back in full health. And I think the main story there waiting for her is Jade Cargo because everybody's getting on Jade, not because of her, but the company of she's a 100-day champion
Mm-hmm.
and now won defense of the title until this Friday on SmackDown.
Yep.
Who's she fighting on SmackDown?
Jordan Grace, yeah.
So it's like, all right, we get through Jordan Grace, and now how do you implement Bianca Belair? Because my theory is that if Bianca is not going to be available for Mania, I think someone like Charlotte could win the Chamber because that's the other big match you can do with Jade at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing because at this point, like you said, it's not official, but Liv Morgan's probably choosing Stephanie. I think they kind of made that clear last night. I mean, they didn't make it official, but they kind of made it clear. So that would
Yeah.
mean the winner of the Chamber is facing Jade. Unless unless they have a surprise entrant, which they don't really do with Chamber matches. Like sometimes they do that with the Rumble or even sometimes Money in the Bank. They don't really do that with qualifiers. So she's not announced for a qualifier in the next week. They're doing the second round of women's qualifiers on SmackDown this week, and then the week after that. If she's not, they don't, when they announce said qualifier for next week and she's not announced for it, and why would they announce her return like in a fucking graphic? I would think she would just like come out or something.
Exactly.
Then she's probably not cleared unless they work in like her in a triple threat with someone else. But it's like we just saw her in a triple threat last year, so it's kind of lazy. I agree though. I mean, that wasn't my first choice, but it would have to be if Bianca's out. Charlotte and Jade, I mean, that's a big match. I don't know how great the match would be, but I think that's the big enough match that you could do with the women they have available on that roster.
Yeah, because there's a story if they want to go back and tell it. I think when Jade first popped up on TV, she interacted with Charlotte in the parking lot area. Then there's been a couple of locker room and backstage and in the arena, a little stare down. So if Jade is not around, I think Charlotte is the best because we know Becky will be tied up, AJ gonna be tied up for Mania. I think there's no other person that can fit the billing if it ain't Bianca besides a Charlotte to go against. Now, does Charlotte win at Mania? I would say probably not because you know me, big Jade fan over here. I wanted
Yeah.
to still become champion, but only Bianca could be the one to knock her off at Mania, because obviously still no Naomi. So it's a lot of people who are not there right now, and to have that big match, if Liv ain't picking her, the next best available is probably going to be Charlotte. So we'll see what happens with the chamber.
Yeah, and I agree with what you said earlier too. Like, it would be nice to see another women's main event of Mania, which at some point we're inevitably bound to get. I don't think it's this
Yeah.
year because Bianca and Jade, even if that does happen, doesn't feel like it's going to be enough time to build it up as a main event for Mania.
Hmm.
I don't think Liv and Stephanie headlines. I think Rhea and Io is absolutely worthy of main eventing a Mania. The only problem is that they have to take the tag titles off of them most likely. What's the story? I mean, there's a story there, but like, I just don't see them doing that. I guess that would be a main event worthy of WrestleMania, though. I would say.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, Rhea. Rhea will be the next. Yeah, but they gotta get the tag titles off of her and Io, and then build the story with her and Jay. Like, how do you do that in such a short period amount of time? I don't know, but if I think Charlotte or Rhea would win the chamber in the event Bianca's not available. If Bianca is available, how do you get her into that chamber? Without, like you said, without a qualifying match, like, I'm gonna pull up, yo, this is my shit.
Yeah.
I don't need no match. They could do that, but it's like it's a weird injury to
Yep.
be out a whole year with the finger. And I was like, damn, like, what the fuck happened at Mania last year? That the whole year.
Mm-hmm.
Last time we saw her was Evolution in July as the referee, but not in the ring since April.
Mm-hmm.
Like, damn, that must have been one big ass injury.
Yeah, no, seriously. I mean, I've seen some pictures and stuff, and I think she underwent surgery recently, and I think it should be not healed now, but I mean, they were optimistic they could get her for Mania, but if she wasn't in the Rumble, that seemed to be a pretty clear sign, like, okay. Not that
Yeah,
it's impossible that she could come back, but like you said, how do you get to the Jade match at Mania, which makes the most sense? She's not facing anyone else at Mania. Like, it could be Naomi, but obviously Naomi's not available, so that match isn't happening. It would have
yeah.
to be Jade Cargill. The only way that you get to that is if she gets attacked beforehand, or not her, I'm sorry. If someone else gets attacked beforehand, and then she takes that person's spot. We haven't seen that in a while in a chamber match, so it's something they could maybe do. But, I mean, I don't know. You got Tiffany in there right now. Rhea just qualified last night,
Yeah.
so I don't know who would get attacked. They're two big stars that would probably be in the match, but I don't know. If she's not a chamber, then I think it's safe to say Bianca's not coming back for Mania, that would suck. But, I mean, we'll see.
So who would the other four be if you had the pen, if you were Paul Levesque,
Yeah.
Trips, Hunter, your guy, who would the other four females be in the chamber? Because I don't know if they're doing 3 Raw, 3 SmackDown, have a balance, because you got Tiffany SmackDown and you got Rhea Raw in there. So does Io get in? I know Bailey has a match coming up.
Yes.
I know Alexis is going to have a qualifying. So who would you plug in those 4 spots?
Yeah, I think so. They announced the qualifier on SmackDown, and they announced the qualifier on Raw for next week. I
Yeah.
think the SmackDown one, I know Alexa Bliss is in it. You mentioned that. So probably her. I forgot who else is in it. I think it's her.
It's her, Julia, and Zelina Vega.
Okay, yeah. Zelina Vega, we know, is not winning. I like Julia, but I doubt Julia wins that match.
Is it true they took off Vega, the name? I heard someone told me they
Oh yeah,
took
she's
off
just
Vega.
she's just Zelina now. I mean, they announced that's been the case for at least a month or two, because that's been like they announced it on the website. But I saw that she just found out about it, like apparently within the last couple of days on Twitter or something, and she wasn't happy. Like, how does she herself not know that?
But why do that in the first place? Why take off the last name?
I don't know. I mean, in this case, I like the Aleister Black Zelina Vega pairing. I like it, but
Yeah.
it kind of seems a little similar to what they were doing with not Aleister, Karrion Kross and Scarlett, who were also a married dark couple on the show.
Yeah.
Like a very brooding character, and she was just Scarlett. She didn't have her last name, so maybe
Mhm.
they were like, we don't want to call attention, because now they're like acknowledging on the show that they're married. So if they're married, why would they have 2 different last names? I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking, I don't know why. It
Yeah.
seems stupid to me. That sounds like a Vince McMahon call. I suppose it could be worse and they could change her name entirely, but yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
It's crazy.
Johnny said earlier as well, and he said, my top 5 WWE pay-per-view matches of February, like ever. And he said Triple H and Stone Cold, I would imagine from No Way Out '01, Three
Okay.
Stages of Hell, great match. Kurt Angle and Taker, which would have to be No Way Out '06.
Yeah.
Brock Mankind, Halftime Heat. I assume he's talking about that match from '99.
Yeah.
The 2019 Elimination Chamber match, I think he's talking about the one for the WWE title that Bryan retained in, that Kofi came close in, and that's how kind of Kofi Mania started. And the 2011 SmackDown Elimination Chamber, I think that was for the World Heavyweight Championship. Then he also said honorable mentions, Reigns and Sammy from Elimination Chamber 2023. Owens
Mm,
and Sammy from Elimination Chamber last year. Eddie and
yeah.
Brock, of course, from No Way Out '04. Triple H and Cactus Jack from No Way Out '01 or 2000 rather.
2000. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Rock and Angle from I think '01. That was when Rock won the title at No Way Out that year to face Stone Cold at Mania. I'm surprised Triple H and Cactus Jack is an honorable mention and not in
Like
best.
top 5 or something.
Seriously,
Right?
that's one of the greatest matches in WWE history, at least Hell in a Cell, at least. So
Yeah.
that's a good list there. Do any other matches stand out to you as being some of your favorite matches that have happened in the month of February for WWE?
Oh, how can we forget Stone Cold and Mr. McMahon, Valentine's Day Massacre?
Steel Cage, baby.
Bro, I to go back and figure out what happened in February. I do remember the Angle and Taker happening in No Way Out '06. Do I know the match offhand? No, but I know it took place in February. The Chamber last year with Sammy and KO was awesome. The Triple H Cactus at 2000 with No Way Out.
That was No Way Out. Yep.
Oh yeah, and the Vince and Austin, at St. Valentine's Day Massacre really stand out, because that would just, I know that's not the period you love the most because Vince won the Rumble the month prior,
Yeah.
and but I think the story was there, and then they eventually got to Rock and Austin, 'cause Rock had the program with Mankind for the title, but yeah, and there's probably a few other ones that I don't recall offhand. I do remember No Way Out '98. It was like Stone Cold, like a mega tag against DX, but no Shawn Michaels.
Okay.
I forgot who the roster was, but I was like that always stood out. I remember Kane being on the cover of No Way Out '98. But yeah, I think what they said, they're pretty much spot on
Yeah.
as far as February matches. So yeah,
Yeah. What you just said reminded me. I don't think it was '98. I don't think it was No Way Out either. I think it was Raw. There was like a tag team match on Raw. It was like a 10-man tag team match. It was like
okay,
fucking too cool. And you mentioned Kane, and it reminded me of that because that was where Kane came back. It's like considered Kane's like greatest return. He came out with Paul Bearer, and Paul Bearer had the red suit.
yeah,
That's also, I think that might be a February match. It's on Raw. It's not on pay-per-view, but
hmm,
I would probably put that in the conversation if it did happen in the month of February. Yeah, well, that actually, the McMahon Austin match also had the debut of Big Show too. That's
there you
also
go.
worth noting for that. Everyone's favorite Paul White
That's
debuted at the
right.
end of that match. And then another match that No Way Out had a lot of like underrated bangers. They also did Rock and Hogan too. A lot of people forget about that. No Way Out
Oh
'03.
yeah,
Not as good as the first one, obviously, but that was also
no.
in Canada, I think.
And I think, yeah, well, not a match, but a moment where the NWO came back at No Way Out '02.
'02, yeah.
So yeah, I remember seeing that, like, oh shit, NWO like in the E now, like
Yeah.
what's gonna happen? And but yeah, I remember Vince doing the promo with in the back of the chair, the
Yeah.
poison,
Yeah.
NWO turn around and NWO, like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. But yeah, as far as February, I know I'm missing a whole bunch of joints, but those are probably the top off my head.
Yeah, those are some of the best ones. Those are some great matches. No Way Out was great. I mean, bring back. I know it's just a pay-per-view name, and it's about the pay-per-view itself and not the name. But bring back No Way Out. Is that the poster? That's a fucking awesome poster.
I remember that. No Way Out in Texas.
In No Way Out, and in '98, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
that was in February. Was that the first No Way Out pay-per-view they did?
I believe that the first ever No Way Out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. They got to get back to the unique pay-per-view posters. They don't have enough of those now.
Well, there's a lot of things that they can improve on, whether the stages and the promos, the what you just said right now with the posters, like there's got the creativity. I think that's across the board with a lot of sports where I think they just stopped like the Super Bowl. You could say the last 10 years has been the same logo for 10 years. I'm like, yeah, bro,
Yeah.
what happened to like different differentiation of the city, the stadium that you're going to? It's been like the big football and it's gray XL, and they changed the number. Like that's it. Like what is all that? So yeah,
Got that graphic designer mentality there. I agree with that though. As far as
they
switching up the
they
logo.
really been cooking up some great Super Bowl logos.
Yeah, no, it's been
Like,
the
oh,
same generic shit for like
eye.
a decade.
They put the V right here, and we're done. And put some color. And that's it.
No, exactly.
Same with NBA All Star. NBA All Star has been really generic. It's amazing how things back in the day are better than now. Like, yo,
Yeah.
what happened? You got more resources, more technology, more graphic designers, and we're just putting out the same old bullshit.
Yeah, no, because it's just simpler. I mean, back then they had more character, they were more identifiable, more personality with the logos. Nowadays, it's just all the same shit, really. I mean, it's just I don't know, it's bland, it's corporate. I mean, you could say the same thing with WWE in a lot of ways. But a lot of these companies do the same, like the NFL and the NBA are the exact same way, like exactly like you said. Speaking of which, not a question, but Nathaniel said, go Seahawks, my number one team. I'm happy we won the Super Bowl. He's going to the parade tomorrow, he said. Very cool. What were your thoughts, Randy, on the Super Bowl the other day?
The game was I'm not a Seahawk fan. I'm not a Patriot fan. I'm a Viking fan. So I'm a NFC guy. But I thought the best team in the league won. You can tell by the defense by Seattle.
Yeah.
As a fan, I would have loved to see Buffalo in there. I think this was the time Buffalo had the best shot with no Burrow, no Lamar Jackson, no Pat Mahomes in your way. Like you had at least get there, Buffalo, and they really dropped the ball on that. And obviously, if Bo Nix was healthy, this could have been Denver and Seattle. But the Patriots, they looked outmanned. Drake May was a deer in headlights. Second year guy. Super Bowl, and it's like, oh shit, like I gotta go up against the top defense in the fucking NFL
Yeah,
on
it's
the
crazy.
biggest stage, and everybody's watching. Yeah, I think Seattle has a great team that can go back to back. If they remain healthy.
Yeah.
The halftime show was phenomenal. You know me, Latino Boricua, so seeing Bad Bunny out there and bring out Gaga and bring out Ricky Martin. And just the people on the social just commenting about everything that are like saying this and more like this. I'm like, he got the most views for a halftime show.
I saw that, yeah.
Above Michael Jackson, Ken Lamar, Prince, Rihanna, all the greats. I think people were really waiting for this one for some reason to see what songs he would do. I know most are not gonna understand what he's saying. I'm Puerto Rican and I don't know the language that well, but just I'm here for the vibes. Like I think it was just a big party. It sounded like the Bronx,
Yeah.
Super Bowl. Like it just
That was sick, yeah.
That was the kind of vibe he was bringing, and he showed love to many countries at the end. And it was just like I know the songs. Do I know the words? No, but he's like Samantha Irvin said, he's the biggest most streamed star in the world, and to get him on your platform for the Super Bowl and have the most views ever really says a lot.
Yeah.
Now it's like, how do you follow that next year? Who's the guy or the girl that's going to come on next year and get that amount of views or more? I really don't know. I think the only person that can probably top that would be like Drake, but do they get Drake for next year? It's in. Where's that next year?
I don't know where they announced it for next year.
Damn. Oh, SoFi.
Why do they keep going back to? I mean, I guess California is better weather, but they were at SoFi a few years ago. They were in Santa Clara this year. It's like, can you give the East? I mean, again, I get it. It's fucking freezing right now, so I understand. But it's like that's
Miami,
kind of
maybe, but it's
Miami
like
would make more sense.
They go to California, Arizona, Miami, New Orleans.
Those are
maybe
like the
Atlanta.
4 main spots. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no, bro. You just said it. The winter up here is brutal. So they ain't imagine MetLife Super Bowl.
No, I get it.
Okay.
Well, MetLife isn't great anyway. I was thinking more like, I don't know, Texas or something, or I don't know.
They had it here for MetLife years ago. I think for the Panthers and Broncos. So just
Okay.
imagine a blizzard outside. You got to play in that weather. Like, nah,
that sucks.
That was it.
No.
But yeah, I thought the game was not very good. The halftime was phenomenal, and you just kind of knew it was over by halftime. Like it took the life out of it. So hopefully my team can be better next year. Sam Darnold, quarterback, Super Bowl champion,
came from the Vikings. Yeah,
and I'm like, great, good job, guys. So now we're work backwards and deal with McCarthy. So I mean, listen, it is what it is. Congrats to Seattle, and hopefully my team can be in the playoffs next year.
Where's the love for the Vikings come from?
Um, Me being a young kid, the first Madden came out '93, showing my age over here. So I was around. I was like 10 for the Madden '93, and then it was just the colors of the uniform, the logo. They
Okay.
played in a dome stadium, the Metrodome. They had Warren Moon as a quarterback, a couple of the guys, Chris Carter as a wide receiver, and I just always felt in love with the purple and gold and the white. You know, not a Laker fan over here, Knicks fan, but still just seeing that and just the crowd chants, they crowd the skull and they everything, the horn sound, like all those attributes
Yeah.
added to me becoming a Viking fan. Then you get Randy Moss and those kind of players come on board, and it's just been a Viking fan ever since. And I've never seen a Super Bowl for the Vikings. They haven't won one, but they haven't been there since
Yep.
I've been a fan. I'm like, yo, can we just get? We were close, like twice, but did not get there. So just playing the video games, Madden, the colors, the logos, the vibe, the field, the stadium, and I just been a fan ever since.
You got to be stoked that SummerSlam's coming to Minnesota, then Minneapolis in August.
I've never been to Minneapolis, never been to the stadium. Could it be a shot? Maybe. I would love to knock out two birds, one stone. Have not been to a SummerSlam since they were here in Barclays in New York.
When I saw you like 10 years ago. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And to go to Minneapolis in the summertime where I know it's going to be a little warmer than going there in December and January. But I do want to go to a Viking game at one point in time. To SummerSlam, that's going to take some real networking to make it happen. If it happens, great. If it doesn't, it is what it is. But hopefully one day I'll go over there.
I'm sure you will. And you never know. You just never know what's going to happen. I know this is turning me. Oh, no, go ahead.
No, I tell them I know you, so they'll
that might get you more doors shut on you than doors open, but you can try. I can give it a shot. But
someone said Taylor Swift might be doing it next year.
Okay. Oh, maybe.
Okay, maybe Taylor Swift.
Okay, Taylor Swift. I heard the whole reason why she hasn't done it is because she has a contract with another company that, like, because it's Apple that presents the halftime show. So because she works with another company, because why wouldn't they have asked her to do it when the Chiefs were still a dynasty and they were in the Super Bowl like 4 of the last 5 years? Didn't make a whole lot of sense that she wouldn't have done it then when her now fiance's, I mean, he wasn't in the Super Bowl this year and he's hurt anyway, but
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe if that's the rumor, that would be cool. So yeah. I'm surprised, honestly, you mentioned Drake. I'm surprised Drake didn't do it this year to capitalize off Kendrick Lamar doing it last year. Like, okay, now Drake's going to do it after Kendrick did it, but they probably wanted to switch it up.
I think there's some internal rift with Drake. They maybe Apple does not fuck with Drake like that. Maybe it's vice versa, because they say he was suing some people when the Kendrick Lamar. So maybe that's why he's not on the radar for the halftime. But if Taylor Swift does get the nod, I think that's a very good competitive someone that can get you over 135 million views. That's a lot of people, bro.
Yeah,
135.
Yeah, no, the Bad Bunny. It's hilarious how big of a controversy the Bad Bunny thing was, and everyone. Not everyone, but like it was a big controversy among everyone. But those people saying, "Oh, I'm going to tune out and watch Kid Rock," which is just so comically bad. Some of his songs I actually do enjoy, admittedly, but the fact they had a whole alternative, halftime show just for that alone is just crazy to me. But
and plus he has a following. Plus, obviously, you got to take into account the wrestling audience.
Sure.
They this is the first superstar to main event Super Bowl. Like, this is the guy that, fought Damian Priest in Backlash.
He did, and he won. Yeah,
that's right. Come on, man. So you gotta but I love it for the culture, being a Puerto Rican Latino, and it's the first time we've been on that stage. And whether you know the words or not, it was big for the culture, big for all the for everybody all across the world.
Yeah, no, it was huge, and I'm glad it went over as well as it did, and it was a lot of fun to watch, even though, like you said, I didn't understand most of what he was saying, but who gives a shit? It was a nice message, and it looked awesome, and he sounded great, and no complaints.
Yep.
Nathaniel asked earlier, I'll try to get through as much as we can, but Nathaniel said earlier, how do you feel about Becky versus AJ happening at Elimination Chamber, and do you think AJ Lee wins? Because it was announced on Raw it's happening at Chamber, their first match is happening at Chamber and not WrestleMania. What were your thoughts on that?
we were doing the live show last night, and I said that it was kind of odd that they're doing Becky and AJ at Chamber because the rumor and all the speculation was WrestleMania. And it's like, all right, they're pushing it up a month and a half. There's got to
Yeah.
be a reason why. Because if this was non-title, maybe I have a different feeling. But if since it is for the title, I'm thinking from a story standpoint. You tell me if I'm right or wrong. I think somehow Natty's going to be involved in this scenario because go back to the Rumble, and she threw out Becky Lynch at the
Yep.
Rumble. She threw out Maxine Dupree at the Rumble. Now, could they do some sort of tag match because we saw AJ trying to help Maxine and then Becky attack AJ? Could that be a tag match before Chamber? With Becky and Natty against Maxine and AJ, I could see that. I don't think that's the Chamber match. I think the Chamber match, I don't see AJ winning. I think somehow Natty gets involved and puts herself in that pathway for the IC title. And maybe they do a 3-way at Mania because why would you do AJ and Becky at Chamber and not at Mania? What don't if you run it back, everybody gonna tell you, man, we just saw that a month ago. Like, what's gonna be so different from Chamber than to WrestleMania? So there's got to be a reason why they did that. Maybe they are including Natty. Maybe they are including Maxine Dupree. We have no idea. But Becky does have those challenges waiting for her. I was even surprised why on Raw yesterday they just showed CM Punk and AJ walking in regular. Like, oh shit! If you want to keep that a surprise,
Yeah.
just have Becky be talking in the ring, and boom, out comes AJ. But they already spoiled that from the beginning. Like, oh, AJ's here. Okay, thanks for telling me at fucking 8:01 p.m. So it's I don't see her winning at Chamber. I think that there's a lot of shenanigans going on. That Becky should walk into Mania as champion. I could be wrong. AJ could win, then Becky gets it back at Mania. But it's like who needs the title more? Becky, AJ, or Natty. I think Natty needs the title more than both of them.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, so I have no issue with them doing the match early because I know it's been planned. Like the whole word has been, it's been planned for Mania for months at this point. I am fine with them doing the first match at Chamber. I'm actually happy they're doing that because I don't think you can wait another. Mania is not until late April. I don't think you can wait 2.5 months to do the first singles match that honestly, in my opinion, they should have already done. I mean, this feud started in September. Now, granted, AJ has not been here to further the feud. She's been gone. She was here, and then she left. And then she came back for War Games, and she left again. And she's beaten Becky all these times and gotten the better of her, whatever. I think the end game is her beating Becky probably to win that title, which even in and of itself, I love AJ, but she'd have to be around to defend the belt because she's been the word at the time was that she signed a full-time contract. She's not full-time. She's only made 6 appearances on the show, so in the last 5 months. So I don't know how full-time she actually is if she were to win the title. I'm okay with them doing multiple matches between the two. Like you said, you do it here. Do people get fatigued by Mania if you're doing the same match twice? Maybe the second one you give a stipulation to. I think Becky wins this match. I mean, AJ's gotten the better of her so many times. She has to beat AJ, and then AJ can win at WrestleMania. But you involve Natty and Maxine. That's funny. That's interesting that you mentioned them. I mean, I know they're involved. I didn't think about the possibility, though, that they're doing this match now to maybe do, and I know you said a triple threat. Honestly, if they're doing a triple threat, they're going to do a 4-way. Like, it would be Maxine and Natalya, I think, because they've been feuding and they have their story and whatever. I like what they're doing with Natty and Maxine. Obviously, we talked to Natty. I think the new character is great. I think that match is weaker. Like, I don't think every match at Mania needs to be multi-man, multi-woman madness just to get them on the card. I think Natty and Maxine on its own is not going to make the card just with the amount of stars that WWE has. It's one of the drawbacks of having such a stacked roster is that you can't get everyone on the show. Could they go for a 4-way or a triple threat? Honestly, probably. I think you might be spot on with that. I think Becky might want to include those girls on the show because she wants to help elevate Maxine and she likes Natty, trying to give back to her. I just think Becky and AJ one-on-one, even if it is a one-on-one rematch, would be a stronger match than doing a 4-way at Mania. But I don't know. There's a lot of different directions they can go with this.
So then why, to your theory, why throw Becky out so fast in the Rumble and then have Natty do it?
Well, no, I would do Becky and Natty for the IC Championship. I just would not do it at Mania. I think, in my opinion, I don't know how often AJ is going to be around. I think the stuff with Maxine and Natalya or Natty is just to kind of kill time until Mania. Like they'll be involved in the title. I mean, we've seen so fucking much of Becky and Maxine. We need to move on. Like the Natty thing, I actually kind of like the triple threat more, and I like Maxine. I think she's gotten over nicely. She's improved, but
Mm-hmm.
Becky and Maxine has been done to death. We need to move on. So if you run the 4-way, we kind of get that problem. But I think they had Natty throw a Becky to set up a title match, and I'm okay with that. But you would think that would be the match at Chamber, and AJ hasn't been around in a few months. It's the timing is just kind of weird. So you might be right on the multi-person theory. I just wouldn't do that because I think it's a weaker match on paper.
Yeah, like you said, the fact that AJ's not there every week to progress the story, the rivalry. Same. We're gonna see with Roman. I know you probably bring it up later, but Roman he ain't gonna be there every week. So Punk is gonna take the heavy load of trying to promote this match, and they're already saying it's one of the biggest main events of all time at WrestleMania. So
Yep.
they already had that narrative and tagline. But I think for the Becky stuff, is like, I think she's very great in the character that she does now. AJ, I love AJ. I just think I'm trying to see what else she's gonna be doing with this Becky feud, and even post Becky, the Natty and Maxine. This whole thing been going on since what, November, October, even back at the Garden in November for Raw. But I think who's gonna benefit the most out of all this? AJ winning the title. Does she have a long run? Probably not. I think Becky could be in that heavyweight championship mode after a while. So out of Natty and Maxine, it's like who needs the most? Everybody has had the IC title except AJ and Natty.
Yeah. No.
So
I mean,
yeah,
yeah. I think I think we can kind of meet in the middle here. I think, in my opinion, because I said this at the time, I don't think Becky needed to win back the IC championship. I think you really should have just kept it on Maxine. Now I know putting it back on Becky elevates that title. I get that, and she elevated it during her first run, and she's still doing that now. I don't think Becky needed to get the belt back. I know they put the belt back on her so she can have the match with AJ at Mania for the title, and that's wonderful.
yeah,
But the feud with Maxine and Natty, I like. Again, I like the feud. I think it would make more sense if Natty beat Maxine for the title, not Natty beating Becky. Like that just doesn't make sense. At this point, I think they should have just had Natty take the belt from Maxine and not Becky getting it back. Because I think the whole point, and I think you would agree, the Becky AJ portion of the feud doesn't need the championship. I mean, that could just sell itself on its own.
yeah. Or the fact that they should not have been in War Games that had their own one-on-one match for the title and do it there at Survivor Series.
But you got to do well. You need a women's War Games, right? You need a men's War Games every year, and you need a women's
Right.
War Games. You need these matches, Randy. I mean,
That's your favorite show.
like Hell in a Cell, you need Hell in a Cell every year. Well, we'll get rid of Hell in a Cell, so we'll do War Games every.
That's right. They did a great job getting rid of Hell in a Cell.
I know. Now they're just filling that void in with fucking War Games, which I like. But it's like you gotta.
Money in the Bank is next. Money in the Bank, but I think they view Money in the Bank.
It's a big show
on a higher level than Hell in a Cell as far as its own PLE.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah. Which I hope Chelsea Green wins that. I don't know if your chat knows I'm a big Chelsea Green Slagent fan over here, but I hope she's Money in the Bank. I know she got the injury going on with the sprained ankle. She had to relinquish. Well, she didn't fight the AAA joint, but I hope Chelsea is Miss Money in the Bank. She has to be. Nobody else right now, and that's all the way in September, which is kind of fucked up. We got to wait till September.
Yeah,
but Chelsea Green, Money in the Bank, please do it because nobody else should win that.
Yeah, someone sent in a question about Chelsea that I'll get to later that relates to which I'm sure you saw what this is in reference to, the whole Unreal thing with what Michael P.S. Hayes said about her not being on Tiffany and Charlotte's level. We'll get to that later, but I'd be totally fine with her winning Money in the Bank. I think she's definitely deserving. Fernando, yeah, no, she's great. Fernando said, "What are your thoughts on the Mania ticket sales issues?" That's the report right now, that they're not doing a great job of selling advanced tickets. Is it a case of, I think it was like, is the Vegas, not a Vegas economy, is it down? I think Meltzer had said it's either that or like the company's not as hot. I think it's a combination of both, but I think it's more so the company not being as hot as it was a year ago. I mean, Cena, dude, they were advertising John Cena's last Mania for that WrestleMania. Of course, the ticket sales are not going to be the same. They don't have that same hook. Punk and Roman is a great attraction, but it's not the same thing as last year. So I can't say I'm too surprised. What about you?
Not too surprised because I would see when I see people complain on social and rightfully so about ticket prices for whether it's Mania, Raw, SmackDown. It
Oh
don't matter
yeah,
what PLE. They're like, oh, I want to go, and they check on the .com and oh, damn, $2,000 for like one. Like nah, that's your whole rent, your whole
yeah.
paycheck, and it's just weird how like I think they promoted Punk and Roman way ahead of time on purpose to get the ticket sales up and running. Oh, that's the main attraction, main event. I'm gonna do everything I can to be a part of night one or night two. I think going back to Vegas might have thrown some fans off because obviously we thought it was gonna be New Orleans. If this was in New Orleans, I think it's a different vibe, different energy towards WrestleMania because like we just did Vegas. Like why would you go back? Like it's the
Hmm.
same thing over and over. That they're also looking at the tourism stuff, like who's going to be in Vegas from in that April timeframe.
Yeah.
Can you hook the same people for that? And then this show, Raw, SmackDown, World, is a lot going on that you ain't just buying tickets for WrestleMania. You're buying for Raw, SmackDown, World, all the merchandise, all that traveling shit, hotel. That's like two, 3 G's that you got to spend right there
Oh yeah.
off the back. So it's like, do I really want to spend all that money? And plus, they can say, "Oh, what's going on at Mania? Oh, just Punk and Roman. What else? We don't know yet." So they're just going off of that and the E and the brand, and I get it, but it's like you got to really add more enticing storylines and rivalries
Yeah.
and stuff like that to make this a must see WrestleMania because you said there's no John Cena to ride his coattails. Oh, he's the main attraction, main event for the world title. Now you don't have that, but you still got big stars.
Yeah.
Like Punk, Roman, you got Cody involved. Seth is out. We don't know when he'll be back, but
Yeah.
they just got to go with what they got. And I think eventually they're gonna sell tickets and it'll be probably sold out at the last minute. But right now, it's looking a little weird because the plans are changing too. The reports of
Yeah.
Triple
I
H
saw that.
changing the plans, and I mean, I don't knock him because it's injuries. Seth, Braun, there's a lot going on. Like you got to flip at the last second. But I think the next couple of weeks, I think after Chamber, that's when we see that's when we'll see a big push for WrestleMania.
Yeah, we did last year. We got that Cena heel turn, and the whole
Yeah,
reason why they did the Cena heel turn was because advanced ticket sales for that show in Toronto last March or whatever was where they were low. So that's why they did that, and I think that's kind of what a lot of their business is predicated on now because it's TKO. They're all about the advanced ticket sales and shit. I mean, yeah, they're in Vegas again. That's another big factor, like you were talking about as well, and all the just how expensive everything is. Because if you go, like you said, I mean, it's not the same thing, but I saw a tweet, assuming it's real, that parking for the Super Bowl was like $400. I mean, if you can pay to go to the Super Bowl, you're probably paying for that parking, but still, it's like, come on, man. The fuck is that worth it? That's
no,
ridiculous.
I'll walk there.
Exactly. I'll watch
Take a
from
bike
the
or something, man.
yeah, I'll watch from the
Fuck
tree in the
that.
fucking parking lot. Why would I? That's ridiculous.
400 to park my car for Super Bowl, and you already
Stupid.
pay whatever 2-3,000 to get in.
At
Nah,
least, yeah, minimum, yeah.
exactly. Now we're
That's
not doing that,
nuts.
bro.
That's
Nah,
completely stupid.
that's crazy. Are
Alexis
you
is
are you
very
are you, are you going there? Are you going to be in the area of
I
Vegas or no?
for Mania, I mean, not confirmed, but I'm assuming I will be. I would like to be, and I'm looking forward to it because last year we got to hang out. We went to In and Out afterward. I will
That's
probably go
right.
there again after one of those nights. Not confirmed. I mean, I haven't. It's still far enough away. I'm not completely sure, but
Yeah,
most likely, yes.
I'm not confirmed either. I'm trying to work the lines and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
see what's going on. But hopefully, I would love to be there. It was definitely. I did not go to Mania. I was in the area, did all the events, but I did not. Hopefully, with the events, I can be able to go to at least a night one
Yeah,
or night two. Last time I went to Mania was 40 night one, which was
yeah.
fucking brick outside in Philadelphia. So hopefully, it's a warmer climate in Vegas for Allegiant Stadium. But hopefully, I can go to either night one or night two.
I forget. Did you end up watching the show in your room, or did you watch it at one of like the Vegas hotels, like a watch party or something?
I believe both times was in the hotel.
Okay.
No, there was one thing they were showing outside in the pool and in the hotel
You did
at a
that.
little screen.
That's
Yeah,
fucking cool. I mean, I think that's honestly,
yeah.
I think that's even more cool than going to Mania itself, in my opinion. But
But I heard they're shutting some stuff down. Like those areas can't show Mania because they want everybody in a fucking stadium.
yeah, if that is true and it's affecting that stuff, because I saw that same report, that is ridiculous. They're just trying to like spit in the face of their fans at this point.
That's
Because I'm not gonna
crazy.
even then at that point I'm not even gonna travel to. I mean, not me. If I go to the show, I'll be at the show. But like, some people go. Like some people like going for the other shit that's not Mania.
Yeah.
Especially in Vegas, where a lot of the things are on the closer side, and you don't have to Uber everywhere, and then just watch it from their room or do something like that. But if they're not going to do that, then I'm not going to go. Like it's just, I
I
don't
mean,
know.
that kills the vibe. Like
Yeah,
WrestleMania party here, watch party, this bar, lounge, pool. Like you would want that. But if you weren't insecure about the sales, now you're gonna strap them down and say they can't do it. That's kind of like messed up. But
I know.
maybe they change their tune once the ticket sales might rise up. Then they'll probably say, all right, you can do your watch party, your little pool party.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, because
Like,
that sucks. That's why.
we got our ticket sales, so now we'll allow you guys to do it. But
Yeah,
until
we're
we
good
sell,
now. Now you can have your little lounge party going on.
oh god, when do they break glass in case of emergency and call the Rock in to do the fucking show?
Oh, you know me, I'm always down for a rock and Roman. So Saudi,
Oh god,
43.
you'll be there day one, Randy. I'm sure.
That's right, bro. That yesterday was the anniversary of the
The pivot.
the pivot, the press conference. I'm like, bro. I said last night we were there. We were at the 1 yard line to get Rock and Roman, and
Good.
boom.
We changed.
You say good, but what has happened since?
We wouldn't nothing if we got that match at that time. It
Exactly,
still wouldn't
nothing.
have. It still would have been shit. It would have been way worse.
So do you agree with what Roman said on Pat McAfee that I walked away and they haven't done anything since, no new stars. Now they begging me to come back, which come
Well, a
on, man,
couple
that's
things.
probably
One,
true.
he was in character. It becomes clear that he was in character. Do I think he was also shooting at the same time? Yes, I
Yeah.
think he was walking a fine line between the two. I agree and I disagree. I think they have not made enough new stars. Have they capitalized on the momentum from WrestleMania 40? Enough?
Mhm.
No, they have not. I don't think the product is it's good, but it's not as great as it was at that point. That's the biggest issue. Creating new stars, I do disagree with because they have created some new stars. Braun Breaker, Oba Femi's here now. Women, especially the women's roster is fucking stacked.
Mhm.
Um, I mean, the fact they keep calling on Roman to headline manias is part of the problem. I mean, this is a loaded question because him and Punk, I think, is going to be a great match. That promo last week was great. We
Mhm.
need some new blood in the Mania main events and not just the same 3 or 4 people. Cody, does he really need to main event another fucking Mania this year? If it doesn't make sense, then no. I mean, Roman and Punk make sense to me. Cody versus Drew again? The fuck wants to see that? I mean, at least in the main event, that's not interesting. I'm
Mhm.
sorry. Like
Yeah.
Fatu can be in that spot, realistically, in my opinion. The women can be in that spot, in my opinion. It doesn't need to be. It's not just a Roman issue. It's a WWE issue, I think. So to answer your question, kind
True.
of, sort of.
And I think they were close. Obviously, if certain people don't get hurt, there's
Yeah.
the rumor that they were gonna have Braun Breaker win the Rumble.
Yep.
Before Seth got hurt, and that canceled that out. So that might have been your new guy, your whatever, however old Braun Breaker is, late 20s, maybe early 30s, to have someone in that main event scene who's not 40 and over, like
Yeah.
a Roman, a Cody, uh, CM Punk, whatever. Seth is like 39, but still, you're getting an age where you got to start pushing those new stars, and you got to take the risk of having this guy, this girl win the Rumble. So again, if you go back and tell me the original plans, like I don't think we're having a conversation because it was supposed to be Seth and Roman and Punk and Cody. If you give me that night one, night two, I think you're on pretty good solid ground that this is going to be a great WrestleMania ticket sales promotion, 2 great main events for the title. So sign me up. Then you get to maybe Punk and Braun. Then it was Roman Cody 3. Then they're saying, nah, we're getting fatigue of that. Like I wanted Roman Cody 3.
I do want it. I don't want it this year. I think it's too soon, in my opinion. I'm glad they're not doing
It's gonna
that.
be next year in Saudi. You want that in Saudi next year?
I don't want it. It doesn't have to be
No,
next year either. You could do it
no.
in 2 years.
Do we know
Maybe.
where it's at in 2 years?
No, but like my big thing with them doing the third match, I think you do that third match when Cody's a heel. I don't think you do it if them as baby faces.
For
Okay,
the
that's
title or
something.
non-title?
It depends on the landscape at that point. Probably, I don't think it needs the title, dude.
Mhm.
It could be the Rock and Stone Cold of this generation. You know, like their third match was not for a title. It wasn't the main event.
Mhm.
I think if they do Cody and Roman in 2 years, it would be the main event. But especially now with Mania being 2 nights, if they had Mania 2 nights back at WrestleMania 19, Rock and Stone Cold would have fucking main evented night 1. I mean, that's not even a question.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, no,
And
I
what
don't think it
night
needs a
two? Night
title,
two would
but
have been Angle and Brock.
yeah, Angle and Brock night 2, I would probably say they would have done as the main event. And
Mhm.
then night 1 probably would have been Rock and Stone Cold. So no, it doesn't need the belt. It probably would be, but 2 years when Cody's a heel by then, which I'm sure he will be, I would do it. I would not do it this year, in my opinion.
Mhm.
So
Well,
a lot of
we'll
different
see.
directions they can go in. Alexis was very excited earlier that you showed up. She did not know. She said, "Oh my God, shut up, hi Randy." So shout out to Randy.
Alexis, what's going on?
Daniel was also very excited as well. He said, oh
Yeah,
shit, Randy's here." So
I see it Damien sometimes in our live feed.
yeah, Daniel's
Like,
great. Also, obviously, Randy, you didn't mention as well, but you do a lot of basketball streams too, for those interested in that as well.
yeah, we do a podcast called "It's in the Game"
Yep.
with myself, my brother Joe, and my boy Dennis, aka Denny Blanco from the Bronx. Been doing that podcast for over 5, 6, 7 years. Pretty much basketball related, getting into the pop culture, entertainment mix of that, but pretty much NBA, college basketball, WNBA, all that kind of stuff. So the channel only has 2 podcasts, 2 out of 3 falls, and it's in the game. It's in the games probably every Thursday, and obviously 2 out of 3 is Monday, Friday, PLE days. So we're a mix. We're like a poor man's ringer. You know what I'm saying? Like they got pop culture, they got music, sports, entertainment,
Yeah.
football. So just slow grind, slow burn. But yeah, we're trying to do different things on the network.
Good shit. Covering all ground. You love to see it.
That's right.
And an
Yep.
expert in both fields as well. You're obviously know a lot about basketball, know a lot about wrestling. So you know your shit, of course.
Trying to be around them more, man. Like, listen, I appreciate anybody who I come across with and networks, people like yourself, my guys at the Ringer, my boy Cass for Wallet Mania,
Yep.
Arden. That's why I circle back with Vegas. Last year was just like, people don't know, but like, when I got the call to help out with Fanatics and do some photography work for them for World and these sit down interviews with the Ringer, like my boy Ben called me and said, "Hey, if you're gonna be in Vegas on Wednesday, love for you to get some photos of it was Kaiser, it was of Charlotte, it was Jay Uso, Braun Breaker, Dom Mysterio, EO Scott." I'm like, yo, CM Punk, sign me up because I just
At
the only
World, right? You're talking about?
no, this is the Ringer stuff.
Oh, of them doing the
So
interviews.
they had their private in
Right.
the Fontaine Blue
Yep.
hotel.
That's what it was. Yeah.
So I'm like, damn, I gotta go to World, but I got this going on. And give me like an hour or two. And I did that on that Wednesday when I landed.
Yeah.
So I took care of that. It was awesome. Everybody was fucking phenomenal. And then we did CM Punk on Thursday during World. So I dipped out of World for like an hour to take care of the CM Punk interview. And he was awesome, man. Like these people you see on TV all the time, man. It's
Yeah.
like you can talk all your shit about whoever it is, but when you meet them in person, it's human being, and they joking and smiling. You can ask them a question, chop it up with them, and they were all gracious with us in that time period. So I'm looking like, all right, what's for next year? Like, how we gonna beat that for this year? So yeah, last year was dope, man. And seeing you hanging out, you and Alexis, In-N-Out Burger, and that long ass line and shit.
Yep.
So it was nice, man. So hopefully we could do it again this year.
I know. I look forward to it. Yeah. No, that was another thing too. I forgot to mention earlier, but not only Randy's podcast and video content, but your photos as well are incredible, just amazing. So people got to check that out. Some of the photos you've taken, not just at events like that, but at SmackDown, the ones of Jade, you made a T-shirt of.
Yeah.
She obviously, a lot of these superstars love the pictures because they have seen them, they have reposted them, you have told them about it in person. The pictures of Stone Cold that you took at Mania 40 weekend, right? Those were great too.
Yeah, we did World for the first time in Philly with Arden and Fanatics. Very smaller than what you saw at 41. But you saw the podcast, the superstar entrance and this and that, like very small, more intimate to capture stuff. But 41 was like a bigger, and I think 42 gonna be bigger too. So
Probably, yeah.
but I think if you ask me, like I wouldn't have taken the photo stuff as serious when it comes to wrestling if it wasn't for Charlotte. So Charlotte, long story short, I was working with my boy at the NBPA. I was helping rebounding for an NBA player working out, and it was near right near on Fifth Avenue, Sixth Avenue, and the time when SmackDown was going to go to Fox.
Yep.
That same day, there's like at the Fox outdoor studio, there's Charlotte Flair promoting SmackDown on Fox. This is like October of 19.
Yeah, it was a while
I
ago.
see
Yeah.
a big ass line. Like, yo, what's going on? Who's here? They said, oh, this wrestler Charlotte Flair. I'm like, Charlotte Flair, and I had the camera on me because my guy told me bring the camera.
Yeah.
So I took the camera out and started taking some shots from far away. And they said, oh, she's doing a meet and greet afterwards. I said, oh, cool. So I just stood online, did the photo, get my little quick powwow because you can't really have a conversation.
Yeah, it's very quick. Yeah.
So I put out on Twitter, IG, and she wrote back saying, "Thank you. These are great. These are phenomenal. I love these." Like she's really like responding. And then I said, you know what? Maybe this is something I can, dig my teeth in
Yeah.
going forward. Then they had the house show, The Garden, in December. And I remember there was a steel cage match with her, Oscar, and Becky.
That year you're talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 2 months after the Fox joint,
Okay.
they go to the house show for the Christmas at the Garden, and then she was gonna do this moonsault off the top rope. So as she's doing this, I catched a photo from up top,
That's crazy.
put it out, gave it to her, and she replied saying, "Thank you, love these. This is phenomenal. I'm gonna post these." I'm like, "Oh shit!" So Charlotte Flair, she's the first superstar to put out any of my photos on any social media platform, and I thank her for that. I love her for that. She's awesome.
That's cool.
And it just from that point on, man, I said there's got to be something for me to do.
Yeah.
And you fast forward 6 years later, 7 years later, now I'm getting more opportunities, and I'm grateful for that. So hopefully one day it will be more consistent. But without the Charlotte Flair stuff, I don't know what I'll be doing as far as photography stuff right now.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm sure you'd be in a tough spot too if she were to face Jade, as we talked about at WrestleMania, because Jade was another one whose photo you took at
right.
SmackDown, and she was another one, a very big supporter, and you met her over Mania weekend last year, and you said she was great. So you're going to be in a tough spot having to cheer for either one of them next, if that match happens.
That photo is probably my favorite photo I've taken because I think
It's so good, yeah.
because of how close it was, the detail, the color, and then I made the shirt out of it and I gave it to Jade, and
Yeah.
she was laughing. She was like, "Oh, this is beautiful." I got her, I guess, the right size, and we chopped it up a little bit after the Ringer interview. And she's down to earth, cool, man. I told her, I wish you the best of luck. Become champion, kill it at WrestleMania. But she, and she's a former ball player too. So we had that connection of being a ball player. And I saw her video knocking some shots down. I said, "Damn, Jay, you still got it."
Gotta get her tickets to a Knicks game or something.
I'm like, hey, you come to the Garden or whatever. I think they'll be in New York for Fanatic Fest for the summertime. So I gotta pull some strings for the tournament. So we'll see. But she's once I gave her that shirt, it was like, yo, this is something that I got to keep on doing for myself.
Yeah, I know this is turning more into my questions for you, but everything you're saying is fascinating. So I'm just going to keep asking questions. But another thing you forgot to mention, especially with the photography as well, you're neglecting to mention. You just mentioned your tournament, your annual basketball tournament that you do. 25 years now, right, or 30 years?
Going to 26 this summer.
26 this year. 25 was last year. You had Damian fucking Priest pop up at the tournament last year. I know you gave me the whole story when we spoke at the time, but that also was incredible. Got some great pictures out of it too.
Yeah. Again, long story short, so my guy Ben at the Ringer calls me in late July and says, "Hey, are you available tomorrow or Thursday, whatever it was?" And I said, "Yeah, what's up?" He said, "We're doing the SummerSlam sit-down interviews in Jersey. We got XYZW coming on." And he said, "Would you be around to take photos?" I said, I believe so. It was deep in Jersey, and then long story short, I get there. It's Alistair Black. It's Damian Priest. It is Chelsea Green. It's Selena Vega, Karrion Kross at the time. So they had some pretty big heavy hitters to come on, and then we go into a different room. We chop it up, and I told Damian about the tournament. Him being from the Bronx, Latino, Boricua. I said, you gotta, if him also being a big Yankee fan, He was always at Yankee Stadium. I said, "Hey man, you want to pull up at some time?" So I would try to get my boy Rosenberg to kind of help facilitate that. So he knew of it. It's just a matter of timing. He said, "Give Peter the schedule, and I'll see what I can do."
Yeah.
And he said, I could probably pull up this certain weekend." I said, "That'd be great because that's playoffs." So it's Saturday, whatever it was, and then I get a text from a random number, and I said, "Yo, what's up, bro? It's Priest. I'm leaving Yankee Stadium now. I should be there in the next 45 minutes." I'm like, "Oh shit!" Like, all right. So I'm bringing a few guests. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And then we're waiting. I get the directions and this and that. And then like an hour and a half later, he said, "I've arrived." And he said, "But people are stopping me for photos." I said, "Oh, you must be on the boardwalk. You must be on foot." So me and Joe go to the boardwalk and I see this big guy, ponytail,
He's
Yankee
huge.
jersey
Yeah.
on. And I said, "Oh, there he goes." And then he's walking toward, we said, "What's up? How you doing?" But I didn't know that Lola Vice was gonna be there.
Yeah.
Eddie Orengo, the referee, was there, and we just chopped it up for like a good 2 hours after the games were over. We were at the beach to when nobody was there. And like it's sun setting, like nobody on the beach except me, Joe, our staff, and Priest and them. And Lola took a shot, she made it, caught that on video, and they were just vibing, man. It was just he took every photo with the kids. He took every autograph. He's cool, down to earth, man. And he was like, "Yo, I've grew up at Orchard Beach. I don't know why I haven't been back in a while, but seeing this and what you guys been doing for 25 years is amazing. Keep it up. The community, the Bronx, the culture, urban, and like I want to come back next year. So we'll see what happens. But they were phenomenal. It was amazing. Like once they got on the beach." And you would think, are people gonna know them? They got recognized so fast.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Little
That's
kids,
cool.
grown men.
Yeah.
Like my referee stopped the game to get a photograph. I'm like, all right, so it's a timeout. Get a quick photo.
Yeah.
And we'll chop it up. But he was awesome, man. He's dope.
That's fucking awesome. Yeah.
And Lola too and Eddie, they were all fantastic.
Yeah, and that's what you told me at the time. Yeah, no. Shout out to
Yeah.
Damien, Charlotte, all of them. Fantastic. Jay, I mean, you get to know some of these people when you get to do stuff like that. So, all fantastic
Awesome, man.
people.
Yeah.
Good shit. Yeah, Bad Bunny was great at the Super Bowl. We talked about that earlier. Ricky Martin was also great seeing him.
Yeah.
Vida Loca, yeah, of course, classic song.
That's
right. Bad Break for Bad Bunny, or not Bad Bunny, Braun Breaker, the other double B name. Braun Breaker with the hernia thing. We talked a little bit about it earlier. Yeah, that's crazy. Hopefully he is good for Mania. I can't say that he definitely will be. It sounded like it will not. It's not going to be great. He could be out for like 12 weeks. He could be out for 6 months, they said. So
I saw it this morning. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
yeah, it fucking sucks. I mean, thankfully, I don't want to say thankfully he lost the Rumble, but if he won the Rumble, that would have been even worse because then he would be out for the entire build, if not the main. Like he would have to give up his title shot. Like that's never happened before, due to an injury. So thankfully, they didn't go in that direction. So Johnny has this running bit where he's asked this question before, and he's asked other people that have come on, but.
Okay.
He said, question for Randy, and you're the perfect person to ask, being from New York. He said, how would you rank New York, Chicago, and New Haven pizza? If you've had pizza, I don't know if you've had Chicago or New Haven pizza. I know you've had New York pizza. Can you share your experience on that, please, Randy?
It doesn't matter. New York wins all the time.
Why is that?
It's something. I think it's the water. I think we just have fantastic water for some reason, because when I go to Florida and visit my uncle and I have pizza there, he'll tell me all the time, it's good pizza, but it's not New York.
Yeah.
I never had Chicago, so I know that's like the ongoing rivalry, Chicago and New York. New Haven, never had it, but New York pizza is a tough thing to beat, and Chicago might be the only competition. It's the water, it's the dough, it's how they make it. It's brick oven, is this and that. Like I can't really explain it, but it's like once you have one, it's like you can tell like this was made with love. You know what I'm saying? Like it's made like perfect in time.
Yeah.
But I think the water is the key thing to all of that.
I'm still going New Haven because I'm biased. I've had both, but I still think New Haven's better. But we got to get you to New Haven, Randy, to try it. I mean, at least just to say you tried it.
I'm with it. I'm with it. Never been to Chicago, but if New Haven is the closest thing for me to have that, then I'll have it one time.
I'll just to hear you shit on it. That's all I need.
Yeah, like, oh, what is this? Nah, that's not my face.
Yeah, I mean, Fernando also said Chicago deep dish is not real pizza. I don't know if I would agree with that necessarily. I think Chicago pizza was good, but it's not like the greatest thing. If I had to choose, it would probably be New York.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
New York is tough to beat in anything. It's
Yeah.
like swag, attitude,
Okay.
kicks, pizza, music. New York is gonna win. Probably not the weather, but
Well, I mean, the weather's shitty here too, but
New York
yeah.
is fucking horrible, man. I mean,
Yeah.
like, I look on my side, I see the river is got ice on it. I'm like, I've never seen a winter like this in a very, very long time. But it only tells us, hopefully, that the spring and summer is gonna be super hot. So
Hopefully, yeah.
it's gotta have that balance. You can't give me a super brick winter, then summertime come. Not a cloud in the sky for spring and summertime. Not a cloud.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Fingers crossed. I mean, it has been
Right.
so fucking cold, and the mountains of snow have not gone away yet. It's just,
No, it's
I love
crazy.
the Northeast, but this winter specifically it's been bad. Like it's not usually
Yeah.
this bad, at least here in CT. It's been bad the last like 2 months.
And plus, January took 2 months anyway, so it's always like, it was still in January, bro. Like, come
I know
on,
exactly. Hopefully February
yeah,
breezes by.
February 10th already. Like, boom,
I know, yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, February at least breezes by.
it's crazy.
Let's see here. What was the other thing I wanted to read off? Yeah, and the pizza. Let's see. Yeah, Johnny said, Fernando, I live in New York and eat pizza slices with a fork and a spoon. That sounds sacrilegious, eating
I don't know
pizza with
about
a
all
fork.
that.
That's crazy,
Hold on,
bro.
fork and a spoon for pizza?
That's nuts. Why the
No,
fuck would you need a spoon for pizza?
no.
Yeah,
What are we
Alexis
doing?
said, Johnny, blink twice if you need help. Yeah, no, seriously. Do you think Kiana James will get a bigger push than Julia? Fernando asked. I don't. They seem to really like Kiana. I don't really get it with her. I think she's okay, but she was in the Rumble for like a half hour and didn't do shit. But I saw a lot of people saying she did great, so I
I'll
don't
tell
see
you
that
one
happening.
thing. Seeing that Rumble, like, fucking Soul Ruka,
She's
yo,
great. I think Solberg is great.
she's yo, she was top the last 3 in the Rumble. Like,
Yeah.
there's the reason why she was there, and they really believe in her and have some high hopes. But to be the last 3 with Liv and Tiffany Strat, like,
Yep.
and she was doing some amazing fucking moves. Like, yo, how do you do that? Like, nah, I think first of all, NXT had a great showing at the Rumble.
They did. Yeah. A lot of great
And
NXT
male
women.
and
Yeah.
female. Seeing her, even like Javon Evans, a guy that is like, yo, so that move last night.
That was great. Yeah.
First of all, I don't know what the Americana was doing, jumping after Gable moved. So I think Gable
Yeah.
moved too
Yeah.
early. And
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, you just jumping in the fucking ring just to jump.
That was
But
stupid. Yes.
Javon catching him across the ring, I was like, me and Ken was watching live. I said, oh shit, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
And it was like that guy got bounced for days. So hopefully he has a WrestleMania spot. But seeing the young talent, it's gonna take time, but at least seeing what they can do on a big time stage, a big time spot, kind of show that the future is in good hands.
Yeah, no, I agree. Him, Oba Femi's a star too. Them specifically, Javon and Oba
Trick,
are awesome.
I love
Trick is
Trick too.
great, dude.
Yeah,
Trick is already like in the main event mix on SmackDown. He's out there with fucking Drew, Randy,
right away.
Sammy, right away. Like, and he's already over, dude. Like, it takes people's months, years to get over. It took him a week. He was already over.
But going back to your thing with Kiana, I think.
Oh, right, yeah.
I just think it's probably the language barrier that has with Julia and Oscar. Like, she needs the character to develop.
There's no
more.
character there, yeah.
There's no, and again, it's probably not her fault, because sometimes when the E puts a title on you, they just say, "Oh, here you go," and then they don't do anything with you. So it was a tough spot for her to be in. Hopefully, she has a better second title reign than the first one, but maybe Kiana has a bigger upside for some reason. I don't know. I know that they brought up some other people. I think Lash, and so they're really looking at these females to be the new bearers of the women's division.
Yeah.
But I like Kiana. It's early, but I don't know if she'll go above Julia right now.
Yeah, no, Julia, I mean, at least she struggles to get over because her character work is also pretty non existent. But at least she's amazing in the ring. And I think that was pretty evident in that match last week on SmackDown. She had a great showing in there working with Io and Rhea. Like, they
Yeah.
need to put her in the ring with more people like that to really allow her to show what she can do. But Lash is another one. I was really no fan of her work in NXT, but she improved in NXT. And she's good on SmackDown. She's not like the best they have, but she's improved. She eliminated all these women from the Rumble, like the Bella Twins and not Rhea, but Io and someone
Charlotte,
else.
right?
Charlotte, yeah, she eliminated
Yeah.
Charlotte. Maybe Alexa, I'm not sure, but no, Charlotte got eliminated by or like whatever that
Yeah.
whole thing was. But
Mhm.
yeah, no, she's been impressive so far. Who should live? Choose to face a Mania. We said Stephanie.
Yeah.
I would maintain that. Let's see. Richie, what's going on, brother? Thanks for joining. Great to see you. I think this was from earlier. Noob, of course. Hey, our man Noob joining us here on a
Noob.
Tuesday morning. Noob. Millennial Noob. What's going on, my man? Let's see. Stephanie Vaquer's new theme song is trash. It is indeed garbage. It's
Yeah.
pretty fucking bad.
I don't know why they changed it.
I just don't get it. I just don't
I
understand.
mean, she was begging to keep the other one, but
I know. I
still,
saw that. Yeah, the Chris Van Vliet said that.
yeah.
Makes no sense. What's with the backlash of Cody calling himself Raheem on SmackDown? Since when did Raheem sound like a slur? It's not a slur thing. It's just the whole, Cody Black History Month thing, and
Yeah.
people have an issue with it, which I understand. I think it's funny, but whatever.
Mhm.
There's been some. Have you seen the backlash towards that within the last week? I thought it was a funny line, but that was
Nah,
just me.
I think that more people are fucking with it. They were happy, or like they were smiling, or they were
Got a big
making
pop too when he said
joke.
it.
Yeah, big pop. Yeah, not like, yo, why would Cody do that during Black? Nah,
Yeah.
they weren't doing that.
I don't really think it's that big of a deal, but that's just me. Let's see here. A lot of other comments from earlier. Tuesday in Texas Savage versus Jake Roberts. Hogan wins the championship back from Taker. Talking about
Yeah,
Tuesday in Texas. You were talking about No Way Out in Texas. They were talking about
Yeah,
Tuesday
No
in
Way
Texas,
Out.
right?
Two different things.
Yeah. I see the comment you're talking about now. Taylor Swift at the halftime show next year. Yeah, we'll see.
Mhm.
What grade do you give the Super Bowl commercials and trailers? I might go like C. I don't think they were awful. There were some good ones. I like the Duncan one. That one's always good.
Mhm.
But I mean, there were really
Yeah,
no
this year
trailers, to be honest. There weren't a lot of them.
This year wasn't really popping with the commercials. Not one really stood out, and I mean, they had a couple movie trailers, but what, the Mario joint and some other joint, but
That was like
I think,
15 seconds. You know what I mean? Stupid.
yeah, I just felt like this, along with the game and the commercials, was more like,
Yeah.
it's one of
Yeah.
those Super Bowls. Like, I don't know.
I saw someone say on Twitter that it was a Super Bowl. No, I'm sorry. It was a WrestleMania that was booked like a Monday Night Raw. And I thought that was a very apt comparison.
Imagine that.
I know, seriously. And we get that with Mania. I mean, Mania last year, there was a lot of parts of Mania last year that felt like a Monday Night Raw. So it's relatable.
Yeah, but they got to do better
Yeah.
next year. So
Yeah. We used to be a proper country with the commercials and the trailers and shit like that. Nowadays,
yeah,
what they do, I thought the little Minions one they did was cute, but it's like, all right, you got to go to YouTube to watch the full thing. It's like, bro, just fucking pay to just do the trailer.
Exactly.
Have it be 60 seconds on the fucking show. Like I'm not going to go to YouTube while I'm watching other shit. It makes no sense.
I'm gonna pay for 10 seconds, but I can't pay a little more for 30, 45 a minute. Like, what's the point?
I know. I just don't get it. I don't know. It's not the same as it used to be.
No, definitely not.
Have you been enjoying Jacob and Cody hunting Drew on SmackDown the last couple weeks? I think it's been cool. I like the ongoing beef with all three guys. I don't know where it's going, but I like it.
I hope it's a fatal 4-way with Randy, Jacob, Drew, and Cody at Mania. Because that's probably the best match from a star power standing where, all right, everybody's focused on Punk and Roman for night 2. Night 1 needs to be something as significant because everybody looks at the undisputed title to be the main title in the company. So if you have the two biggest stars with the lesser title on as the true main event, like, what do you do with Randy for Mania as of right now? You don't know. It could be fatal 4-way. It could be him and Cody. Could Cody give him the Cody Cutter during the Rumble? So it's like there's some ways to go. They're not gonna do Drew and Cody straight up. They
fucking better not.
They should not.
I don't think they will.
Jacob, I see getting in there somehow, but it's like, how? They had the qualifying match coming up on Friday. Does Drew interfere and make both Fatu and Cody lose. So Sami Zayn gets in the chamber match, and now you have Cody and Fatu on the outside. Um, maybe Nick Aldis can say, "Listen, Drew, you keep interfering in these fucking matches. You know what? I'm gonna you defend your title at Mania. You're getting Cody, you're getting Jacob, and then see what Rainey, Orton is doing. They gotta have all four because the main match is Punk and Roman. You gotta have equal value for the undisputed title, and I think those four guys can get it done.
Yeah, I mean, I've said this. I don't know if it's going to main event Mania, but I personally, you could do a four-way, but I personally would do Drew and Fatu because I want Fatu to walk away as the new champion. And you could do that as a four-way too, but you get two matches out of what I'm about to say. You could do Drew and Fatu. When are we getting Cody Randy, dude? Like one-on-one and not for the title. I would like it for the title, but like you're not going to put the belt back on Cody now. That would be stupid. Why even take the belt off of him at that point? So I want Cody and Orton at Mania one-on-one with Orton turning on him. That's what I want to see. At this point, I'm skeptical. Orton's in the chamber, so I don't know. But
I mean, then you got to start a chamber
with Cody and Randy.
First of all, I think it's too quick. Meaning that from chamber to Mania, that story needs to be told properly with legacy, with the Rhodes family, with the Orton family, third generation. The Apprentice, all that. You can't do that in a month and a half. Now, can you do that for the SummerSlam? Maybe, but you got to start the seeds either at Chamber or Mania to build to SummerSlam. Could it be for the title? Sure. Could it be non-title? Sure. But that's another like Jade and Bianca. It's two big powerhouse names, but do you have the equity and the story to build for that to be for WrestleMania for the fan to be like, yo, I can't wait for that fucking match. It just it's too short of a time. Why they're not doing it, I have no idea. But at some point in time, it's got to be Randy and Cody, whether Cody's a bad guy or the good guy. But you can't keep prolonging this because it's got to happen.
It's got to happen. Yeah. You can't wait much longer. They've already been teasing it for like 2 years at this point, maybe even before that. I mean, they did have a match last year in the finals of King of the Ring, but like a full-fledged feud between the two with a story properly told, like you said, between the two, specifically at Mania. That feels like a SummerSlam match, but like you could do it at WrestleMania this year. Yeah. It would also accomplish getting Cody out of the Mania main event if you were to do it the way that I suggested, but they're probably not going to do that, whatever.
So if you do that, it's then what's your night one main event? Is it Drew and Fatu?
I would be fine with that. I don't think they would do that, but I would be fine with that. If not that, I mean, there's a few other options. I'll probably be writing about this soon, actually. But like Rhea and Io, honestly, is main event worthy. I don't think that's going to main event with because there's no like, that's also if you have one of them turn on each other in the next month or two, like that's also too quick to your point. Jade and Charlotte. It does not. I like that match. I don't think it's a main event. I think Bianca and Jade's a main event. Did they get Bad Bunny in time to face Logan Paul at WrestleMania? I could see them doing that as the fucking night one main event. I mean, they have a few. Honestly, they have a few different options. There was another match I was thinking too. What'd you say?
Liv and Steph?
Maybe. I mean, obviously in storyline, whoever wins the Rumble should main event Mania, and you have 2 nights of Mania. There's no reason for them not to main event, but it just on paper doesn't feel like a main event. So I don't know.
I don't know, brother. That's why I'm saying Fatal 4-Way.
It'll probably be that
or the Fatal 4-Way for night one. I would love the women to main event once again. Like if this was a Rhea Bianca joint, I think that's main event. Like it was Rhea and Jay. Like there's a lot of options, but it's the story. But you know me, bro. I'm more story than the in ring.
I agree.
It's a lot of joints are just all over the place or have not begun yet. So right now, from a story standpoint, you have your night 2. Your night 1 is like it's got to be for Drew's title. Just a matter of how many people are getting involved in that. And then I can see Drew walking out champion. I can see. I think if Orton's in it, I think he's option number 2. I think Cody does not walk out Mania.
He should not
with the title. I think Drew or Orton walks out with the title.
I could see that. I mean, anything but I can agree with you on this. Anything but Drew and Cody again. I know that's been like the talk. I genuinely think I know that's what the report says. I think they're working Meltzer and they're telling him, oh, yeah, we're doing Cody Drew. There is no way that they are genuinely actually considering doing that match for a fourth time. After they had a 3 stages of hell match on SmackDown, you're going to run it back in a regular match at Mania? That's ass backwards booking. That makes zero sense. And they're not doing Hell in a Cell. So I don't know. I think a multi-man match would probably make the most sense for Mania with that championship on the line.
Yeah, because it protects people too. That if Cody can lose without getting pinned, all right.
Yeah.
If Fatu can lose without getting pinned, so like, Drew can lose without getting pinned. So it's like, all right, I lost, but I can get my rematch down the road because nobody pinned me. So yeah, I think I'll be shocked if they do Drew and fucking Cody, bro.
Yeah,
Shocked.
we know they like protecting people too, like in defeat and shit. So yeah, I think a multi-man match would probably make the most sense.
Yep.
It's a shame this isn't last year, because if this was last year, then I would say Io, Rhea, and Bianca, because that didn't get the headline because the Roman Punk Rollins match main evented, which was amazing. So I mean that was fine, but you also had a very worthy main event in that women's triple threat, which honestly is probably the best women's match in WrestleMania history. Would it have been as good happening after a long show? Because it happened to open night too, so it kind of like set the bar for that show. I don't know. I think it still would have been amazing regardless. But I don't know. We'll see. They got a few options, and it's not set in stone. It doesn't feel predictable, so I do like that. There's a lot of different ways they can go with it for this year. Yeah. When you were talking about Punk earlier, and Daniel pointed out that you said Punk is taking heavy loads, and he got stuck on that for some reason, as did one of the other chatters here in the chat. Their username is, and I quote, "Give me backshots WrestleRant." Don't ask. I don't know. That is someone's name. They said pause with the skull emoji saying, "I joined the stream and Punk is taking heavy loads, LMAO." You never know what you're going to get here on the show, guys. With Randy Cruz here, you just never know.
Yeah. I got a sound bite. And anything sounds crazy. I had the Scott Hall Ayo.
Oh, do you? Okay. I like that sound bite. That sound bite's good. The Triple H one. It's what we do. It's what we do.
Oh,
that's always a good one too.
That's right here, but I ain't gonna play it now. But yeah, that's ready to go.
Yeah, it's always ready at the helm just in case.
Yeah.
You're talking about Chelsea Green. I'll get to that in a little bit.
Yeah.
They also said, I saw someone refer to modern day WWE as expensive karaoke, and I can't say I disagree. Yeah, I mean, it's all about like the singing and shit like that, and you're paying $1,000 for your ticket. So I think that's pretty accurate. Let me see. Swerve's here as well. Swerve, when you mentioned In and Out, he was here earlier. He said, "What up, Randy?"
My guy Swerve.
Yeah, he'll definitely be at Mania. He's actually going to Revolution, and AEW's Revolution show next month. I will not be there. That's in LA, but he should be. We'll all meet up at In and Out again in Vegas this year, I'm sure.
I mean, hey, listen, AEW Double Nothing, New York now. Queens.
Yes, you were the one that broke the news to me. Yes.
Yeah.
Very true.
I think it's May. I think they're looking at May.
In May, yeah, probably over. I would assume over Memorial Day weekend again, but that's a tennis stadium, right? Isn't that what it is?
Yeah.
Where is that? Like, where is that in relation to in New York City?
That's the Billie Jean King Tennis Center, Arthur Ashe Stadium, where they had the U.S. Open in the summertime.
That is Arthur Ashe, or it's next to Arthur Ashe?
Let me see something.
Because they've gone to Arthur Ashe before for like dynamites and shit. That's why I asked.
Correct. So that's the same. Louis Armstrong Stadium in Queens. So I would assume within that is the Arthur Ashe of it all, the Billie Jean. Let me see some Louis Armstrong.
It's probably right next to Citi Field too, I would think.
Yeah. By looking at it, I think this is where the main U.S. Open takes place.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably in that same general vicinity. That's pretty sick. So,
that should be fun.
Yeah, no, might have to check that out. Talking about the Bad Bunny's halftime performance earlier, Fernando asked, Cardi B or Jennifer Lopez? Who's your pick?
As far as what?
I don't know. They just said Cardi B, Jennifer. I mean, I guess music. I'm going J-Lo.
Probably J-Lo. She's been around more longevity. 25 plus years.
Long time, yeah.
A lot of albums, a lot of platinum albums. First, I don't want to say first, but she's one of the pioneers of being Latino and female and singing from New York. So she's been around, actress, movie stars, so it's a lot to knock off J Lo. But Cardi B, I love Cardi B.
Yeah.
SummerSlam theme, last year. So, she's around, but I think J Lo for that one.
On that same topic, he also asked top 5 Boricua entertainers.
Boricua entertainers. So Bad Bunny got to be one.
Got to be one, and of course, would Ricky Martin also be in there
Ricky
too?
Martin got to be there. Mark Anthony got to be in there.
Okay.
Boricua entertainers.
Would J Lo be in that same category as well?
Are they saying like just music?
Oh, yeah. I was thinking just music, but I mean, entertainers could really encompass anything, I guess, right? So
I'm trying to think of like actors,
yeah,
actresses that's Latino. I'm dropping the ball. I should know this, but J Lo, Ricky Martin, Bad Bunny.
This is more of a recency bias, but Pedro Pascal, he was actually part of the Super Bowl halftime show. He's newer as far as like a lot of the shit that I know him from is all newer stuff. This isn't like all time, so.
Yeah, there's more, but I think those are the 4 that stand out. I know Cardi B's she Rican?
Is she?
I don't know. She could be mixed or I don't know.
Well, did they have everyone that was involved in the Super Bowl halftime show that was there, like Pedro Pascal? They were in that like house area or something.
Yeah.
Were they all Puerto Rican entertainers? Like I don't know, or was it just that was just
the actor?
yeah.
Jessica Alba. I don't know if she has any Latino ties. I'm not too sure.
Know.
Gaga, I doubt.
Probably not Lady Gaga.
But I heard they had some baseball players in there.
That's cool.
I think the guy from the Braves, Acuna Jr., I think he was there. I mean, there's a bunch of other people that you can mention that's Puerto Rican that does basketball, baseball, football.
Any number of names, yeah.
Like Juan Soto, Mets. Like I can picture a whole bunch of people, but I'm drawing a blank right now.
Yeah, we'll include them in the entertainers category. They're sports entertainers, right? So they still technically.
That's right. That's right. Got to put Damian Priest in there.
Damian Priest, of course.
Everybody in there.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Should the Knicks trade for the Greek Freak?
No.
Okay.
I like our team now.
He said, Randy, can James Harden help the Cavaliers win a championship? I'm going to say no.
Anything is possible, but I think they made some significant deals at the trade deadline. For those who watch basketball like that, they got back James Harden. I believe Dennis Schroeder, Keon Ellis from Sacramento. So out was DeAndre Hunter and Garland. So they got an older point guard. They traded the young point guard Garland. So their window might be shorter than before.
Yeah.
So Harden's like probably mid 30s, but he's an incredible talent, all-star, Hall of Famer, top 75 player, can get you 25 a game. It's just a matter of him and Donovan working together in the backcourt and seeing how this run, because they were the first seed last year. So now they're in that top 4, 5, 6 area. So they're trying to find that magic back, and it's a tougher Eastern Conference than most thought it was going to be. Detroit is bigger and better. New York, Boston, Philly making strides. Toronto making some noise. So and then Cleveland is in that mix. But championship, I think it's going to take more than Harden. But can you get to a playoff, maybe a second round? For sure, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking, it seemed like from what I had seen, and RJ had said the same thing, and I'm no expert, obviously, which is why I'm asking you, that it seemed more like a short-sighted move with Harden, who is obviously great and has had a Hall of Fame career, but doesn't have the same longevity, like you said, as far as like it's more of a shorter window to win that championship. So, I mean, he's a big name, but it just seems like that outlook as far as the future might have been more limited than, like, were they doing well even before they had Harden this past season?
The Cavs,
or now, I guess.
For the last couple of years, they've been playoff bound. Last year, they had the 1 seed. They lost in round 2 to they lost in Cavaliers. Who they lose? They lost. Well, I know they probably lost in the conference semis.
Okay,
if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but me being Knicks fan, so I care more about the Knicks.
Of course, yeah.
But they've been doing good. The good coach Mike Atkinson changed that culture around, so Cleveland more relevant recently. But getting Harden is a step in the right direction. But it's about the playoffs for him. So many say he doesn't do well in the playoffs. He's a good regular season guy, like how Peyton Manning used to be. Oh, he's a great regular season quarterback. When it comes playoff time, it's shaky.
Yeah.
And listen, it's not easy, man. We don't play the sport. It's a lot that goes into that.
Yeah.
So I hope that he has a better playoff outing, just not against my Knicks. But I like Cleveland. They probably got another 2, 3 years if they keep the same roster, and they also got to figure out if Donovan is going to stay. I don't know if he'll stay, if he'll remain a Cavalier or not. But I think he should, because I think they need him to be relevant on that team. But yeah, very very good, formidable top 4 team in the East.
Yeah, Daniel said on that same note, he said Harden, perennial playoff choker, no thanks.
And I just said that, so whether he's with the Rockets or the Clippers and Philly, it just, when it comes down to that final game or game 7 or that pivotal game 6, you got to win. Um, he doesn't do as well for some odd reason. We don't know, but
Yeah.
it just doesn't perform as well. And again, we don't know what that kind of feeling to be in that kind of environment,
Sure.
in that kind of game. But they're professional. They get paid a lot of bread to be in that spot. But for a guy like him, I wish he does have better success in the playoffs, just not against my Knicks.
It sounds like Sami Zayn can always win the secondary stuff, but not when it matters most.
I mean, maybe James is the Sami Zayn of the NBA.
That's what it sounds like to me, hearing
Crazy.
you describe him. So.
Like Trick Willie said, yo, man, you get there, but you don't win.
Yeah,
I win.
Exactly. He's new to the game, and he's already well on his way to winning
Right.
championships. Who would be the who's a newcomer that's impressed you in the NBA this past season?
Cooper Flag, rookie from Dallas, went to Duke, and very impressive. 19 years old,
Wow.
playing point guard now for the Mavericks, and
Okay.
he's like my boy told me he's like the white LeBron. So
Oh, okay.
give him another
That's heavy
2, 3
praise.
years. Yeah, very heavy praise. A kid by the name of VJ Edgecombe from Philadelphia, a New York kid, and he went to Lehigh up in Long Island. Third overall pick. He starts in Philadelphia. Dillon Harper went to Rutgers. He with San Antonio. Your basic top 3 picks. That's the future of the NBA right now. But Cooper Flag is like the next guy, and like look out for another 2 years from now.
Yeah.
All-star, all that kind of stuff. Now, also like Wemby, we know Wemby, but it's Wemby, Ant-Man, big Jalen Brunson fan over here. So that's
Sure.
the next wave of the NBA after your LeBrons, your Steph Currys, your Kevin Durant's, your Giannis's and Joker, and Luka. I love Luka. So that's pretty much the core of what the youth movement is going on with the NBA.
Got to get that youth movement going, like WWE. It's
Of
the
course.
same thing.
Yeah, man. You
Got to build
can't
new
rely on
stars.
48-year-old people to main event. At some point in time, you gotta get the 25-year-old, get the 27, 30-year-old people like Braun Breaker and Oba and those guys.
Makes sense. And Brunson's still on the Knicks, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. On that same note, Fernando also asked, Randy, what percentage are you giving the Knicks winning the championship this year?
Very, very high. I just know Detroit is very, very good. Boston is better than what I thought without Jason Tatum. So I'm not saying I'm scared of Boston, but they always come ready and to play. I know we beat them by 20 over the weekend, but still, when it comes to playoff time, man, I like the Knicks where they at, full top to bottom, starting 5, the bench, the coach, the culture, the atmosphere, and I think, listen, it could be their time. I would love to see a Knicks championship here in New York. This is probably one of their better years because there is no Tatum, there is no Halliburton from Indiana. He's out with the injury. Dame Lillard got hurt last year in Milwaukee, but he's in Portland now. So you got to capitalize on that momentum, and I think they have the players, the bench, and the playoff experience to get back to the playoffs, but be in that conference finals, and I think they have to get there. And once you get there, it's the other side. Do I get Denver? Do I get OKC? Like there's fucking tough teams out there. So it don't give me that we're gonna win, but as long as you get there, then we'll take one game at a time.
When was the last time they won the championship, the Knicks?
73.
No fucking way. That sounds ridiculous.
That they won. They've been there.
Okay.
The last time they were there was 99.
How is that even possible? I just feel like, I mean, obviously I don't know, but I feel like they would have won a championship since then. There's always so much talk about the Knicks. I'm a
Oh,
Northeast guy, so that's probably why. But
yeah.
still, I mean, that's amazing to me.
But not when you have Michael Jordan in Chicago. So
Yeah,
like
exactly. Hey,
I wasn't a fan. I was a Bulls fan during that time. But once they left, I went to the Knicks because they had the trade for Latrell Sprewell,
yeah,
and I was a big fan of him in Golden State. And I said, all right, there's no Jordan, Pippen, Rodman, Phil Jackson that left Chicago. So what am I going to do? And it was a lockout year, so they had a shortened season of 50 games.
yeah,
And I said, I'll be a Knicks fan. They had Sprewell, Allen Houston, Pat Ewing was still there, Larry Johnson, Marcus Camby, and it was just that spring. That spring was just like the vibe of, me being in high school during that time, and it was Knicks, and it was nice outside, hot. They got the garden was rocking,
yeah,
and that was the last time they went to the finals, and they went to the conference finals the year after. But ever since then, it's been like a lot of downs and trades and players and new GMs and coaches and basketball operation has been. But the last couple of years, man, they really turned things around. And it's a winning atmosphere now at the Garden. Playoff, you can get there. Got some great stars. Got some all stars. Uh, Brunson, the captain, like they have a lot of things going for them. So I would love for them to get there this year. Hopefully win it.
yeah.
Uh, but I think they're in a good spot. So no trade for Giannis. I think they're good with what they got right now.
You mentioned it's funny you mentioned the Bulls. I became a Bulls fan very loosely after watching Last Dance. One of the best documentaries I've ever seen.
Okay.
Also
Okay.
a Space Jam Michael Jordan fan too.
That's right. Everything with Jordan, man. I had my whole room with Chicago Bulls and
Yeah.
posters and the sneakers, obviously,
Of
the
course.
jerseys, wearing the armband under this here. Like I was a fake, Latino Jordan out there. So, but once he retired, man, I said I gotta go with the Knicks.
Is he the GOAT? Is Jordan the GOAT for you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think my top two are Jordan and Kobe.
Okay, yeah, makes sense. Is
Yeah,
LeBron in that mix too still or no?
LeBron is three.
Yeah.
If I'm doing the top five, probably those three. Probably Durant. Big Carmelo fan over here.
Yeah.
I know I'm missing a bunch of players, but my top three are always going to be Jordan, Kobe, and LeBron.
A pretty solid top 3 right there.
And that's how it should be because a lot of people don't mention Kobe in that conversation, which is whack. But Kobe, Kobe, and Mike over LeBron any day.
Who else would someone put in there if it wasn't Kobe, like in that top 3?
They'll put LeBron over Kobe. Some put LeBron above Michael and Kobe.
Well, at least they're in the mix. I'm just saying, I don't know if there was another name that that you didn't mention.
Depending who you ask, the age, Magic.
Okay,
Kareem,
Larry Bird.
Bird, Shaq, Duncan. Some say Durant is their GOAT, which I don't mind because Durant is a fucking phenomenal player. But yeah, Olajuwon, like those kind of guys get in that. Bill Russell, depending on what age you're talking about.
Yeah.
Chamberlain, those probably the top 10, 12 guys that always gets mentioned.
Daniel said his favorite Nick is his all-time favorite Nick is Sprewell, actually.
And he's the reason why I became a fan because he was with Golden State, multiple time All-Star, and he had the thing with the incident with the coach Carlissimo, and he came there and he was just that jackrabbit that provided a lot of energy off the bench, and he started and like, oh shit, Spree, like, and I think they traded Starks to get him, but once that happened, man, I never looked back, and I've been a fan ever since the dark days, and they win 20 games, and we're trying to get a fucking draft pick, or like, oh, we got 35, 40, 42 wins, and then we're climbing up that ladder, and I think since the pandemic, they've been doing that job of just like weeding out the bad and doing better front office and bringing the top quality of players, smart trades, smart signings. So it's been a different because ESPN you used to joke about the Knicks and all these media joke about the Knicks, and now you can't. They're in that conversation like we're championship conversation. Like you can't fuck around with us now. So I'm glad that the media kind of changed their tune about the Knicks.
There you go. And then when they do win that championship, you'll be standing right there, Randy.
Oh, bro,
It'll be worth the wait.
They were winning the playoff games last year, and 7th Ave would be shut down. They'll
That's
win game
insane.
2, and they'll shut it down.
Yeah.
It would go crazy and bonkers, and it's funny, to see that, but it's like, yo, just imagine they win a championship. Just
Yeah. Oh my God.
imagine.
Yeah.
I saw a dude climb this big fucking LED screen. I'm like, "Yo, how'd you get there?" He got sandals on,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "Bro, you are wilding," but he's up there. And that's how crazy and then flags and the whole 7th Ave shut down. Nobody was driving through for a 4 or
Wow.
5 block radius.
Wow. That's
And that's just
crazy.
and that's first round.
Yeah. Not even like not even like the playoffs.
Nah,
That's
and
crazy, or like the full on like championship or whatever.
it's like, bro, it's like Armageddon if they win a championship.
I look forward to that day.
And I will be there.
And you will be there. You will
I'll
be
be a
there.
part of that. I will be a part of that Armageddon downtown.
Daniel also said Knicks could have won a chip could have won the championship in '94 if John Starks didn't shoot 218 LOL. That's lost on me, so I don't know if you know what that means.
So yeah, John Starks shot 2 for 18 from the field in I think game 6 or game 7. Knicks were up 3-2 in the finals, so that one more game they would have won.
Yeah.
But they lost game 7 in Houston. Again, I was not a fan of the Knicks back then, but yeah, that's the one game that many Knicks fans would say, if I could do a redo,
Yeah.
I doubt that would have been it, because one is post Chicago,
Hmm.
post Jordan first retirement.
I was
And
gonna
it's
say this is '94 because they went on to win the championship in like '96, '7, and '8, right?
yeah, so Jordan retired in 93, so
Okay. Yeah.
94, 95. He came back in the middle of 95.
Okay.
So 94, 95 was the Houston Rockets, Olajuwon and those guys, and great team. And the Knicks tried to get the championship, they lost, and Orlando tried to get the title and lost. So that was probably the best Knicks team they had in that Jordan era
Mhm.
to become a champion. And then when they get back in 99, it was, Ewing got hurt in that conference final, so you had a guy named Chris Dudley being just center. Like, oh boy, this guy got to guard Tim Duncan and David
Yeah.
Robinson. Like, oh shit! And we won one game,
Yeah.
but could Ewing have made it more of a difference? Yeah, but that 94 probably their closest time to get a championship. I think people look at this team now like, yo, we can go get it. We can go get it. And I think that's the feeling and the vibe from all Knicks fans. Like, listen, one game at a time. Don't look past any opponent. You never know what could happen. But I think with all the experiences from the last couple of years of being in second round conference finals, they have that experience to get it done this time.
Yeah. I think it's gonna happen on the Sooners side. I mean, they've come so close, like you said, in the last couple of years. So
I hope so.
fingers crossed. Yeah. And Daniel
Yeah.
said, I still have no idea how that dude got up there and back down safely, like you said.
Gee, it was.
I need to see it. Send me the post when we're done here. Send me
I
the
gotta
video
go
or something.
find it, bro.
Yeah.
This ain't like no 20-foot. No, this is like a construction area, big LED sign across the garden, bro. You talk about, I don't know, 500 feet in the air, but there was a ladder behind the thing, so maybe he climbed the ladder.
Maybe, yeah.
I heard they took the ladder down.
Okay, yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
he was sitting on top like this, feet down, and then like, yo, who's that? And
Yeah.
crowd like, yeah, they were just bugging out. It was a fun time, man. And first round, second round, conference finals, it was a joy to be around that. And it was one of those times where, like, it don't matter who you are. People in New York see the Knicks are winning in the springtime. It's like it felt right.
Yeah.
It felt right. So hopefully they get back there and take it home.
Fernando said, Randy, Kareem or Shaq?
Probably go Shaq.
Shaq, okay.
Yeah, because Shaq was the most dominant player ever, man. Like, if he had made his free throws, he would be like the top 2-3 scorer in league history. Like, he left so many points on that board.
Yeah.
It was amazing. But like him getting 4 titles with 3 with LA and 1 with Miami, the games were different with him and Kareem. I just felt like you couldn't guard Shaq.
Yeah.
In his prime and heyday, you can't guard Shaq. That's why he's top 10 all time. And Mount Rushmore kind of guy. And I'm not saying Kareem is not. Kareem was the all-time leading scorer for a long time. Me, who would I pick right now in their prime? At both lined up, I'm probably taking Shaq.
Yeah, Andy owns a win over Cody Rhodes as well. He owns in
That's right.
AEW
See?
anyway.
Come on, former AEW superstar Shaq,
Yeah,
Shaquille O'Neal.
tag team
That's
partner of
right.
Jade Cargill actually.
That's right. See, this is why Shaq gets hired, because Kareem was not a superstar.
Exactly.
He never wrestled.
Tyreek, what's going on? The OG Tyreek. He said, Randy, what is your opinion on Ziggler? Obviously, I mean, I assume he means Dolph Ziggler, but
That's right. Yeah,
probably an alternate opinion of what I have typically said on your show,
that's right.
Randy, for the last 10 years. What's your opinion on Dolph Ziggler?
Graham is not a fan of Dolph, Jinder,
It was
Nia
Natty, but
Jax.
then we talked to Natty, and Natty kind of won me over, so.
I never knew that. I never knew he wasn't
Well, her
a fan.
booking, it's not I don't like these people. I've met all of them. They're all nice people. It's just their booking was atrocious. And Natty's a lot more interesting to watch now, so.
So the same booking for Jinder, you wasn't a fan of the booking.
The fact that he was world champion was absolute garbage. Yeah. Hated the booking. As a person, fine guy. Nothing against him. Dolph, great dude. Booking, terrible.
I like Dolph. Dolph, Nick Nemeth, TNA, the WWE. I think he should be, well, since he is with TNA, would definitely want to see him back more. I know
Yeah.
they got Matt Cardona on the roster, so if Dolph can do that for the E and also go back with TNA, that'd be dope, because he was one of those underrated guys. That he's one of those, like how Michael Hayes looked at Chelsea, like, yo, you're one of those guys that can get someone ready for a championship, but maybe you're not the championship guy.
Yeah.
Which is kind of hard to say, because I think Dolph is a championship guy. I think Chelsea is a championship girl at some point in time. The same with Natty. Natty said the same thing. Like, Vince looked at her like, just, you're the warm up to someone. You're the warm up to Charlotte, to Bayley, to Becky. Like, but we can look at you as a world champion too, because you deserve that. They don't get that spot without being in the ring with you.
Yeah, so no, exactly.
Does get lost in that shuffle where he should be world champion. He should be IC tag, get all the glory, but with so many people on that card that are maybe bigger stars, he'll get lost in the shuffle.
Yeah.
But I think I don't see him as much in TNA. I would love to, but I know he's doing a great job over there. But I was glad to see him back at the Garden for the John Cena tour, the retirement thing. Got a big ass pop. So, all big shout outs to him. But I think, he should be champion once again.
Yeah, I mean, he could be back at some point. It's been long enough that he's been gone full time that I might be open to him coming back if they utilized him correctly, knew how to book him. But they just have so much talent that people get lost in the shuffle. It's bound to happen.
Yep.
Noel said earlier, do you see Roxanne being a part of the chamber along with Raquel? Roxanne, no. Raquel, I could see. I could see Raquel. I don't see Roxanne being a part of it though.
So right now it's Tiffany and
Rhea. Yeah. And probably Alexa Bliss if she qualifies on Friday.
Probably Alexa. Then you're probably going to have Bayley.
Yeah, Bayley or Asuka.
It was Bayley, Asuka, and Natty, right?
I think it was Natty, actually, yeah. I don't think Natty's not qualifying.
I think she'll be involved in the IC title of it all. So you got Asuka.
And Charlotte, is going to be in there. We talked about that.
Yeah, I think so. Charlotte will be SmackDown. The Raquel could be in it.
I could see, or Io. Yeah, Raquel or Io.
So would you have Rhea and Io in the same match, trying to get the
I would. I mean, if you're gonna have, because by my logic, I would have Charlotte and Asuka in there together. I'm sorry, Charlotte and Alexa in there. So if you have those two in there, I would put Rhea and Io in there as well.
Trying to think who else. I think Raquel can get in it. Anybody else on a SmackDown? Would a Nia Lash get in there?
Well, Lash failed to qualify on Friday, so I would have said Lash, unless they do like a last chance thing, but I don't think they will. Jordan Grace maybe, but she's challenging for the title on Friday, so probably not. She'd have to lose and then immediately be involved in a qualifier. I don't really see that being the case. So,
so maybe Nia. Maybe Nia.
I could see Nia or probably Raquel. And then Bayley, like you said. I think that makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like
pretty
that's a
much.
pretty good lineup, and you can have some unpredictable options, assuming Bianca doesn't come back and enter, obviously, like we said.
That's right.
Assuming that doesn't happen. We'll go
Because
through these.
she won last year too. So
She did, yeah. She won last year. She won a few years ago, so she got some chamber experience, obviously.
what? She's Miss Elimination
Miss
Chamber.
Elimination Chamber. We talked about Miss Mania. She's probably Miss Chamber, to be honest with you, because she's won 2 of them already.
That's crazy.
I'll go through these scheduled questions quickly before we get on out of here. This was the question I wanted to bring up earlier. Kadeem G from YouTube asked, should WWE fire Michael P.S. Hayes after he and you were kind of talking about this just now, after he crossed the line making a sexist comment on Chelsea Green during season 2 of Unreal? What he said about Chelsea wasn't on her not being meant to be in the same league as Charlotte and Tiffany Stratton, end quote, just screams bullshit. I will say quickly before I throw it to you, I don't think it was a sexist remark. I think it was a dumb thing to say. I don't think it was a sexist thing. He was basically just, because I mean, it's not like he's comparing her to the men or whatever.
Yeah.
He was basically just saying like, oh yeah, we need people like Chelsea to set up the Tiffany's and the Charlottes, which is comical because Charlotte's been there for a fucking decade. You're not using Chelsea to make Charlotte a star who was already a star.
Yeah.
I think Chelsea can. Is she like a world champion 5 times over? No, but I think she can. She's popular enough and decent enough where I could see her, like you said earlier, winning Money in the Bank and getting to that level and holding the title for a little while. If it doesn't work, you take the belt off of her. But I think she could be at that level, and hopefully this motivates her and motivates the fans to rally behind her that much more.
Yeah. It's funny. I was just watching the 24 Money in the Bank with a Chelsea Tiffany, and she took.
Oh,
she
in
took that
Toronto,
part
yes,
in
yeah,
Toronto. And if you go back at it, when there was a moment where Chelsea was by herself with the ladder and the table, the crowd was popping, going ape
nuts,
shit,
yeah,
nuts. Like, oh, this might be Chelsea's time. Obviously, Tiffany won it. But even back then, you talk about 2 years ago, people were clamoring for a Chelsea Green Money in the Bank spot, championship kind of opportunity. I think she did very well as the U.S. champion. They didn't give her much to do with the second go around,
yeah, nothing, yeah,
which has been the norm.
yeah,
If you're a champion, you're just chilling. I don't know why they do that.
yeah,
But I think her swag, her charisma, her humor. I think she can be able to be a good guy and a bad guy. And it's very rare people have that kind of talent to be able to pull that one off because there's not much you need to do for her to really excel. She'll 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 do whatever you want. Yo, you
yeah,
lose in this fashion, cool, no problem. I'll make it entertaining. Yo, you're gonna win this way. Oh, cool, I'll make it entertaining. Like no matter what you put her, no matter what task, like she's gonna hold it down. I
yeah,
think with the PS Hayes, I think it threw people off because you're already putting a ceiling on her. Like, yo, you can only be US IC whatever tag area AAA, but you can't be a world heavyweight champion material because it's crowded with the Charlotte, Alexa, Becky, Bailey, not Bianca, Rhea, Jade. Is a lot. It's a lot of real estate already being taken up, but that doesn't mean you can't crack through the path
mm-hmm.
at one point in time. So you know what, Chelsea Green with the momentum, it's like Jey Uso.
Yeah,
Last the momentum was there, the eating and the
exactly,
crowd going crazy,
yeah,
and he became champion. I think this time Chelsea can't become champion because she could do whatever she wants. And
yeah,
I think that do I agree with what he said? No, because you're already putting a talent, a ceiling on that kind of talent that people have not seen her become world champion. Like if she was champion 9 times, and all right, it's over for you. But
yeah,
don't say, oh, she's just the runner up of everything, or like she's the middle person to get you ready. Cool, but I don't think you say that on camera unless you're doing that on purpose to
yes,
feel the fire for
yeah,
Chelsea to see that. Like, damn, like that's how they view me. All right, now fuck this shit. I'm gonna go back in the lab, get my shit done, and then be this new person, new character. So I think that's as motivation for Chelsea. I think she knows that, and I think she could be chip material when that time comes. And I think the first domino is Money in the Bank,
yeah,
um, because nobody else deserves that more than her. And I know she's been through a lot of ups and downs with that company, but she's it. Like it's like you may not know him, but anybody's watching who's a basketball fan. there's a player in the NBA called Sean Marion from the Phoenix Suns.
Okay, the name sounds familiar. Was he one of the kings of the bubble during COVID or no?
No. He had a weird jump shot. So long story short,
Okay.
he was a starter, but he's a guy that can go out there. You run no plays for him. He's gonna get you 20 points, 15 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 blocks, 4 steals.
Yeah.
And you look at that sheet like, damn, Sean, you're crazy. I ran no plays for you. You go out there and run up and down, get cardio, and do your job. Chelsea Green can go out there, do your job, and I don't got to worry about it when it's all said and done. Like, damn, that was a very impressive night, and we ain't tell you to do it. Not one fucking thing. That's the kind of talent she is.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping she does get that spot. Big Chelsea fan over here, but it's gonna take a little while. But the statement was a little off, but I know it's gonna fuel Chelsea Green going forward.
No, I completely agree. And I also don't know. I mean, they wouldn't fire him for that reason. I think they should let Michael PSAs go for other reasons. I mean, the guy's been around since the fucking dinosaur age, and they need some new faces in that writer's room. Some other people of color, other genders and stuff like that. I mean, just they have like it's all just old white men in that room. And like they have like some other women in there, but it's a lot of like interns and shit. Like they need some new faces. And I'm not going to say replace Triple H specifically. That might happen at some point, obviously. But like Hayes, Road Dogg, Pritchard especially saying, oh, yeah, he should beat Gunther. Like, the fuck are you talking about? With Pat McAfee at Backlash last year. Like, come on, man.
Oh, yeah.
Stupid. That's a stupid thing to say. They all seem like fine people. I just think they kind of need to, shift in some new faces in there every once in a while.
Get younger, get some women in there, get some urban people, Black, Puerto Rican, all that. You just get them mixed because, what they've been doing is like, it's all right. But if you add a different flavor, like there's a guy, they say, who took over, I forgot his name. He's the caramel ball-headed guy. They say he took over for Road Dogg for SmackDown. He's a new writer.
Oh, Ryan Ward, right? Or no? Or
Ryan Ward. Yeah, him. So now you've been seeing some changes. Sometimes they revert back to what they were doing.
Yeah.
You have one good SmackDown, 2 good SmackDown, 1 good Raw. Okay, go. Oh, this is good. Then they go back to their fucking ways. I'm like, just keep it going, bro. This is go with what works.
Yeah, just keep making those new stars and with the writing team that they have and keep Ryan Ward's been there. He's not exactly a new name. He's been there for at least like a decade, but he's not Road Dogg and Michael PSAs. He also seems like he has some better ideas. So
yeah, for sure.
I completely agree. Yoey Spingucci in the chat said, Randy, what's up, man? He also said, does it feel like there is a disconnect? 1 minute people can't make the Mania card because the roster is too stacked, but then there's a discourse of them not making new stars. Interesting question. Where do you kind of fall in that debate? Because I know we talked about the Roman thing earlier with him also saying that they're not making new stars.
Does it feel like a disconnect? 1 minute people can't make Mania because of the roster's too big, too stacked, and there's a discourse of them not making new stars. Yeah, it's like the Finn Balor thing going on now. Like how does Finn Balor not be in the fucking Royal Rumble? But,
that was a storyline thing, I think. I think they did that to be like, all right, he's not in the... I mean, listen, the fact that Balor is not in the Rumble is fucking dumb when they gave one of the spots to La Parka from AAA that no one gave a shit about.
Iguana.
Well, that one I didn't have an issue with because at least, he's a notable character. La Parka, come on, man, no one cares. But I think they did that as like, oh, you're not going to be in the Rumble, so he went to go attack Punk on that same show to set up the title match. That I had no issue with, but I know what you're saying, though.
Yeah, I think this is probably like always a back and forth. Like, do they have too many people and you can't make it, or the fact that they don't make the new stars be worth something where a casual is going to buy a ticket to a WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Rumble, whatever. I think they're stuck in the middle because, like Roman said, like I haven't been champ for 2 years, and what have you really built beyond that? You could say Cody to a degree, but I think there's some Cody fatigue out there. Him being champion,
oh, yeah, for sure,
a good guy. Drew McIntyre was busting his ass for so many years that he just became champion 2 months ago.
Yeah.
It's a slow build with a lot of people, a lot of injuries going on. Seth is still doing his thing, but he's been hurt. Fatu was out for a little bit. You still got Kevin Owens out for a whole year from last year, which is
crazy.
We definitely want him back.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn is like the Mick Foley of the modern era, where like he's good, but are you going to give him the championship?
Yeah.
Same with LA Knight, he's good, but are you going to give him the championship? And I think it comes down to taking more risk. And I think people can say what they want about the Attitude Era or whatever, but listen, I saw that belt change hands so many times, and you were the biggest star like Stone Cold and The Rock.
Yeah.
And they had a belt for like a week or whatever, or a month, and they dropped it to Mick Foley or to Kane or The Undertaker. Then you had Triple H involved, and you get Kurt Angle. Like it was, Undertaker. There were so many champions that you would lose on a random Raw, SmackDown, or a B-level PLE. Now it's like I think they're trained to, all right, you're only going to win the title at a WrestleMania or lose it at Mania or SummerSlam or Rumble or Survivor Series. There's like Raw, SmackDown. You're really going to get a title change or anything like that. And I think it's kind of fucked up because you're like, all right, I'm watching Raw and SmackDown, but I already know seeing Cody against Aleister Black for the title, I already know Black is not winning.
Sure.
So why are we doing this?
Yeah.
But if you put Cody and Drew in the 3 stages of hell on SmackDown, maybe now it's 50-50. Drew might have a shot. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
they just don't take as many risks as I think they should to uplift the programming, to like I'm not saying do wild drastic shit, but at least like, oh shit, I gotta watch next week. I didn't expect EO to beat Rhea for the title on that Raw on Netflix, but
yeah, they got to do more of that. I understand what you're saying. Yeah,
yeah,
that was great. Yeah,
but now just like they book a match, like come on, they're qualifying. You're gonna put Rhea, Lyra, and Ivy Nile. Like, come on, bro. You already telling me Rhea's gonna win. So it's too predictable.
Yeah, but to be fair, on SmackDown they are doing one with the men: Cody, Fatu, and Sammy. That's unpredictable. That's a big match.
Right. No, true.
More of that though. You're
saying. My first thought again, why you put Cody and Fatu in the same, and even Sammy in the same match?
Well, we'll see. I don't know. We'll see.
I think Sammy wins.
I think Cody might win. I don't know. I hope Fatu wins. See, this is what I'm saying. That's unpredictable. We don't know.
If it's not Cody, I think Sammy wins. I think Cody and Fatu can get distracted or blindsided by Drew McIntyre. They're both out. Because Drew would do whatever it takes to Cody to not get that rematch.
Yeah.
So you have to play along and like boom until Nick Aldis steps in. Yo, bro, Drew, you're doing too much, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
4-way.
Yeah, 4-way. That's it. It's over.
Yeah, that's how it happens. Yeah, no, he added on to that. He said, how can they make new stars if Roman is main eventing every year? Like, yeah, you haven't been champ in 2 years, talking about Roman Reigns, but you still main event when you are here and monopolize the top spots. I agree and I disagree with that because
who asked that?
The same guy is why Yoi's Bengucci's his name.
Okay.
Just kind of adding on to his previous comment. He is right and he's wrong here. Listen, you have Punk and Roman. That's one of the biggest matches you can do. That's fucking the main event. I agree with him. I want to see Braun Breaker in the main event. I want to see Oba Femi in the main event. Oba just got here. Braun Breaker realistically should have been in a Mania main event. I think Braun and Roman honestly would have made sense for Mania this year because Roman was already feuding with the Vision. Braun Breaker could have won the fucking belt on the first Raw of the Netflix era. Still pissed that he didn't. But listen, you have Braun Breaker and Roman. Then you have Roman and Punk. You put those two matches side by side. What match is going to sell more tickets? Roman and Punk. That's what they're going to do. I mean, I get it. I understand why. Hopefully, we can get to that point though, where it is Braun Breaker in that spot. It just won't be this year, clearly.
And listen, don't forget when Roman Reigns was champion, you could get blindsided. Oh, he was the Usos, Solo, Jacob, Sammy, KO, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes were all engulfed in this story.
Sure. Yeah.
That made people feel like, oh, I gotta watch Cody. I gotta watch KO. I gotta watch Sami Zayn. Honorary Usos and are the Usos going to break up? And then Fatu and Solo and Paul Heyman. There was so much shit going on that's why Roman was at the top for so long, because it didn't really also not 100% involve him, but the stories that the bloodline created outside of that. It's like, all right, I can't stop that train. That train wasn't going to stop at 39. No, Cody was not going to win at 39. And then in 40, it was a little choppy because you had The Rock in there, but even The Rock was involved in this whole bloodline storyline. So Roman being champ for that long and then being 2 years out the game, it's like, damn, how do we? And again, this could be a TKO thing. Netflix, yo, we need Roman back as the core of what the show is going on for Raw or SmackDown. You need his presence because right now it's not really working. For whatever ratings and numbers are out there, we don't know if they're true or not. But the guy like Roman doesn't mean this time he got to be champion. But
Yeah.
having him involved and being the main event, that's not his calling. It's because that's what they need right now because they did not build the Cody and everybody else up to the level of Roman Reigns is damn near Mount Rushmore for those people
Cody's
right
pretty
now.
close, though, to be fair. Cody, he's a main event guy. Like, he's the guy.
Right, but we're talking about Roman's in the same breath as Bob Backlund, San Martino, Hogan,
Well,
Pedro Morales. We're
It
talking like
took
that's
him
the
like a
different.
decade and a half to get there, though, to be fair.
True, but at some point in time, like so, that Roman Reigns turn happened in the pandemic,
Yeah, 6
right?
years ago. Yeah.
Right. So when is that turn for these other people going to happen to be like, yo, I'm going to lift the stratosphere to you up here?
Mm-hmm.
It took Roman a long time,
It
a
did.
very long time.
Yeah. It took him longer than it should have. And that's not his fault. I mean, they turned him heel way later than they should have.
Yeah, and
But
I'm glad he stayed heel because I think a guy like Vince saw the potential in what Roman could be, and nobody believed in it. They say, "Oh, you're forcing Roman, Roman. I'm tired of this guy." But once he went to the heel side, I like Roman Reigns now.
well, yeah, the
The
creative
tribal
was better.
chief, and you build a bloodline. And think, oh, now it all makes sense. Oh, he could be champ forever now. Like I didn't want him to lose. I know you want him to lose at Mania 40. I was like, nah, keep it going.
That would have been dumb as fuck.
I need one more year. Come on.
No, well, listen. I will say this. I think Roman is awesome. Roman is great. Roman is worthy of all the praise that you're giving him, that I've given him, whatever. I
Mhm.
also think to make a star of his level, you need two things. One, the right person. I think there's a lot of people that can be that right person. I don't think Roman Reigns is God. I think the second part has a lot to do with it, and that's the creative. They got the creative right with him. And I don't think they need Roman. I just think they need better creative. Roman helps because Roman makes shit me feel must see. I agree with that. But when Roman's not there, it doesn't mean like, okay, Roman not here, I'm not going to give a shit. I think they can still create compelling stories without him.
So you don't think this is the same creative team from 2 years ago?
No, literally, it's the same creative team, but they're not putting forth the same effort. I
So
think
then what
that
happened?
the creative is definitely weaker now than it was 2 years ago. It's the same team. We know
I
that.
agree.
They need,
Yeah.
I think they also at some point, to go back to what we said a moment ago, will need new people in those chairs because the people that are there right now in those chairs, I'm not saying Triple H necessarily, although he's kind of included, have been there for decades, dude. They're doing some of the same ideas that we've seen for fucking decades. They need fresh ideas. Sometimes those fresh ideas might suck, but at least you tried something different. You know, they have taken some risks. They haven't taken zero risks, but they need to do
Yeah.
more and try some different shit. When you have, the Judgment Days, we're teasing tension, we're going to have this person get involved. Bro, we see that shit every week, and we've seen it every week for 30 fucking years. Like, just give me some new shit. I think you can replicate the Roman Reigns success if you put forth that same creative effort into certain individuals. They have with Cody. I think Cody is excellent. They got to do that with other people, and they have the talent to do it.
So when was the last time you were genuinely like shocked, like you watching your PLE, Raw, SmackDown, whatever? You're like, oh shit, I had no idea that was coming down the pipeline.
I mean, it's going to sound dumb. I do think that the Cena thing was kind of foreshadowed when Rock said, I need a guy, and it wasn't Cody. I think a lot of us thought it would be Cena, and I still think it was dumb to do that. And if they were going to do that, they kind of fucked up the whole Cena heel turn. That whole thing sucked. I think, honestly, and I'm sure I've been shocked since then, the moment, especially last year, that shocked me more than anything was Jey Uso winning the Rumble. And I thought that was the right call. I was among those that loved that call. I thought that was great. I didn't see that coming, and I thought I was there, and I thought it was an amazing moment. They need to do more stuff like that. Like Roman winning the Rumble is like more of the same. It's fine. It's not terrible because at least it sets up him in Punk. But like Femi winning the Rumble would have been like, holy shit. And like he's worthy of it. I'm not saying just do it just to shock people. Like don't have fucking Akira Tozawa win the Rumble because, oh, no one expected it. Obviously not. But like someone like a Femi or an LA Knight, like why aren't we trying with someone like especially Knight? What are we doing here?
I think the last time the Cena year, Chamber year,
That was a massive moment, sure. Yeah.
I think seeing Braun spear Seth when it happened.
Yeah, we were there for it. Great
I'm like,
moment.
oh shit.
That got me excited. The follow-up wasn't there, though. That's kind of the problem. You know, they can
Because
do
Seth
moments. They just
hurt.
don't
That's
follow
why.
through on them.
Well, they did that because to write off Seth. But if Seth was still healthy, I'm like, oh, okay, now that I could see that at Mania. But
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I thought you were talking about when he joined Seth, but you're talking about when he attacked him. Yes, that was
yeah,
shocking.
when he attacked him, when he joined, that was shocking because me and you was there in Vegas.
Yeah,
But when he speared Seth to turn on him, that was like, yo, what the fuck is he doing? What's going on? And everybody was talking, yo. Then you find out Seth is hurt. Like, damn, that sucks, man. Like,
yeah. But that's the thing. So that moment was, I forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me. Shocking moment, great moment. Why would they not? And I think Punk's reign's been very good. Why would they not put the belt on Breaker right after that? Breaker has just been there. Like, he's been doing shit. They haven't buried the guy. But, like, to me, if this was 98, you were watching back then. I was not, so correct me if I'm wrong. You do an angle like that, you put the fucking belt on the guy the next month. I mean, it's not like Rock joined the corporation and they took him until Mania to put the belt on. And they put the belt on that fucking night.
yeah, you know? Rock and Mankind flipped the belt from December to February every month. Like, that's how I felt. Cody should have lost to Kevin Owens.
Yes, I agree. And I'm glad they did. At least they did it with Drew. I'm glad they did it with Drew. It was stupid that it took that long, but at least they did it with Drew.
I thought they were forced to do that. I was like, yeah, come on, bro. Like,
what? It would have been better than Cody retaining. That would have been terrible.
Oh, you're right. But at least Cody and Drew are saying, yo, bro, we're advocating for the title change.
They were forced into it. If they didn't say that, they wouldn't have done it. Yeah.
Exactly. That's why Kevin Owens should have won at main event and then Cody get it back at the Rumble.
I agree.
They didn't. They want these 1 year long reigns to happen. No, you're gonna drop it to the scene at Mania because it'd be 1 year. Okay, 1 year is cool, but what did you do in that 1 year?
He did have a great run. I will give him that, but I just think, to your point, not everything.
Second run was horrible. Second run was horrible.
When he got it back from Cena.
Yeah, from the SummerSlam through the Palooza and them, like Cody was.
It wasn't great. Like the Drew match was and then like he didn't really defend it at all. I don't even know what else he did. Oh, actually, he defended it a second time against Drew, and that was like too. So yeah, it was a very forgettable run. But yeah, to your point, not everything has to be year long, story to story. Shit, honestly. You know what? I saw all these fucking complaints. I'm glad you brought this up. You probably saw it too. We talked about it earlier, how Triple H is changing his mind. Good. You know why I say good? Because they should be going with the flow of the fans. If we don't like it, change with the fans. Not everything has to be. We've had this story set out for an entire year. In some cases, yes. Cody winning the title from Roman always should have happened. The fact they even tried to pivot from that to me is fucking stupid. But like, not everything has to be, okay, at Mania next year we'll do this. No, do it now. Shit happens. People get hurt. Fucking pivot. It doesn't have to be, like, Vince changed his mind every day about dumb shit. This is not Vince. I saw the report saying, Vince, it was like Vince all over. It's not Vince. The creative isn't nearly as bad. Triple H, in my opinion, is pivoting to what makes sense. And I think that what we're getting at Mania, at least based on Roman and Punk, that wasn't the original plan. And I'm glad we're getting it. That promo was awesome last week. So it's what it is.
Yep. I agree.
People just like to complain. I like to complain sometimes, Randy. I mean, we've been along long enough to know.
But sometimes they're right. Like, I don't even notice, but like, we were complaining about too many commercials, too many ads on SmackDown and Raw, but I've been seeing less.
Yeah, that was a report that they were going to do less, and I think there have been less, or they're shorter. I mean, the commercials to me, most of the time I try not to watch live. I just watch after the fact so I can skip through the bullshit. But it's just, it is what it is. It's like, bro, have you not been watching television for the last fucking 40 years? I hate the commercials too, but like, we grew up on television. Is it just younger people that like can't deal? I don't know.
And we grew up on more than 4 matches on a PLE.
So I will say, I think less is more, but I wouldn't go to 4. I'd go 5 or 6. I don't love the 8-match cards.
Yeah, we can do a 5 or 6.
5 or 6 is cool. AEW does like fucking 10. So.
Yeah, no, I'm good. And what, 7 hours later? Main event time. Like,
I will take a 4-match card over 10. That's just me because I don't like the 10-match shit. Even if the matches are better, I think giving the matches more time and not having the show go till 2 o'clock in the morning. I just don't think that's a good idea. But
right now, Chamber's at 4 right now.
Yeah, I think there should be a 5th match. But you are right; they are at 4 right now.
Yeah.
Jordan B wanted to know. This is a good question too. What wrestlers, whenever they are retired in the ring, would you find a different role for them? So, like, for example, he's saying when Miz retires as a wrestler, he thinks he should transition to be a color commentator. Apollo Crews, physical trainer at the Performance Center. AJ Styles, producer. Additional reasons, he said, for reasons he can't explain, he would have Tamina serve as creative writer for the women's division. I don't know why that would be the case. Tamina was terrible,
Okay.
but maybe she has a great mind for the business. I don't know. But I like Miz as a commentator, AJ as a producer. All of that makes sense. Are there any names that come to mind? Like, oh yeah, this person would be good for that role when they retire. Like Cody for creative or something like that.
I think Cody creative. I think Seth in the creative
Yeah,
role.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
Seth is doing a great job with the whole football analysis. So you already see that he's going to be like a broadcaster at some point in time.
Yeah.
Miz as a heel commentator, I would love that because the commentating does play a major role into what you're watching. That's why
Hmm.
we love Jr. and Jerry Lawler and Heaton and Gorilla Ventura and Gorilla, because when you saw it, you just felt a different vibe and the energy and the story that they're telling you. Like Michael Cole and Corey Graves and Joe Test and I like Wade Barrett. Sometimes it could be a little dry. That's just me.
I can understand
Um,
that. I think he's great, but yeah, I agree.
yeah, like Michael Cole, GOAT. I love Wade. If I ranked this, Cole, probably Corey / Wade, and then Joe Test. It just
I
Joe
think they're
Test
all great. Yeah.
gives you the sportsy kind of feeling.
Yeah.
But like when again, the high bar is JR and the King.
Of
So when
course.
you're watching, it's like everything is like, oh my god, you son of a bitch! Like you're getting like real emotional. Like damn, he fucking hates Triple H. Like
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
as a viewer, like damn, like who is fuck Triple H? Who is this guy? I hate this
Yeah.
guy too.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
even like casual, like when my mom used to watch it, she'd be like, I hate Seth Rollins, I hate Bailey, I hate and like mom because she hated Steph McMahon. I said,
Yeah.
well, they're doing their fucking job.
Yeah.
They make you hate them from your couch, and that's what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
But Miz heel commentator, yeah. Cody backstage, coach, trainer, AJ the same thing. I'm trying to think of somebody else. I think Punk might be in that realm of like yo coaching NXT, and some was saying like yo after Shawn Michaels or when Punk is done he can go to NXT, and we see Taker doing the backstage role with AAA.
Yep.
I just want to see what exactly Taker is doing, so I could be more notified. Oh, he's training them, or he's booking and stuff like that. But there's a quite full a handful of people that I know once their career is over is going to be like they already had their second job.
Oh
But
yeah.
as far as the I could try to find who could be a good manager, who could be a good baby face or heel manager that's on
Yeah.
the roster right now. Like I I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like Miz would be a good manager, but I just feel like the damage has been done with this character so much. I don't know if anyone would take him seriously anytime soon. The manager's an interesting one. I don't know. I'd have to look at the roster. I don't know.
No, I think Miz is made for that commentary.
Yeah,
It's
commentator, he'd be
like Daniel
perfect.
Bryan on AEW.
Yeah.
Like I think he's the good guy on the commentary, but the Miz, it's like JBL. You need a Jerry King, you need a JBL, you need someone like a Miz
Yeah.
the yin and the yang, because sometimes they don't argue, they don't disagree enough.
I
And
think
it's
there's a happy medium there. I feel like there were times like when the Authority was around, they had JBL like as the number one cheerleader for the Authority. It was terrible. The commentary was awful. It was also Vince in their ear too. That's not the case anymore. Like I think Corey Graves. I mean, I think he's a heel commentator. He's very good. I enjoy him a lot.
yeah. Corey's heel. Wade is, I
He's
think,
kind of
more
neutral.
heel.
Yeah,
Kind of neutral,
he's a
but
heel. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
60-40 heel.
Yeah.
But Jerry King, 1,000% heel. JBL,
Yeah.
1,000%. You already know Bobby Heenan, 1,000% heel. You already know he ain't going for the good guys.
Yeah.
So like a Miz, he's perfect for that role.
Yeah, when Jerry was locked in, he was locked in. Like he eventually coasted when he was a babyface commentator. He didn't give a fuck. But he was early on, he was great.
Or maybe listen, like maybe Jericho.
I could see that. Oh, hold on. I think I lost you, Randy. Give me 1 second here. Give me 1 second. I lost Randy. Where is this? Give me 1 second, guys. Got to jump back in here. We lost Randy. Boom.
Where did I go?
There we go.
There you go.
Can you see me?
You left me?
I did. Were you still here? Because for some reason it booted me.
Nah, I've been here the whole time.
That's weird. For some reason it booted me. I don't know why I did that. I thought it disconnected on your end.
I was like, oh,
Give me
sure
1 sec. Yeah, that was weird.
Oh, there you go. I think.
Oh, shit. Hold on. 1 sec. I can see you and I can hear you. They could still hear you, but I just need to get your camera back up here. That's on my end. 1 second.
Oh.
Boom.
There you go.
Oh, fuck. Hold on. I know it's going to keep going in and out for a second because I'm trying to get just your camera. So 1 sec.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
The beauty of doing it live.
Fuck. I know exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm going to try one more time. There we go. Can you hear me still?
I hear you, but don't see you.
Okay. I might have to keep it that way for now. We're almost done anyway, but just because it would only show my video if I tried to do what I just did. So I'll leave it as it is for now.
All right.
But yeah, no, I do agree.
I see you now.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, perfect.
I was mentioning Jericho.
Jericho, yeah, you did say Jericho, then it cut out for me. I think Jericho would be. I think he's a great fit for that spot. Actually, what is a commentator or as a manager?
Could be both.
Okay. All
Could
right.
be both. Commentating could be nice.
If he's not too over the top, I think he could work in that spot.
Yeah.
I think that'd be entertaining.
Wasn't he doing that in AEW for a little bit?
He was doing commentary, yeah.
Okay.
He was good early on, then he just kind of got obnoxious. That's what I mean. If you can kind of reel it in a little bit, I think he could be good for that.
Yeah.
I feel like he'd be a good fit. Nike Fan 01 asked, random question, but what are your thoughts on the 2008 Royal Rumble from top to bottom as a pay-per-view? Do you remember that pay-per-view from MSG?
Without looking, was that Edge and Mysterio for the title?
Yes, that's one of the matches, yep.
And Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton?
Yep, that's another one of the matches.
And then one Rumble, because no women's at the time.
That was the main event, of course, with Cena returning.
I remember Mike Adamle saying Jeff Harvey.
That was on that show as well, yep.
Okay. What else happened at the 08 Rumble?
I think they had Ric Flair versus Ken Kennedy, I think, in a, or MVP, I think it was, in a career-threatening match. And they also had, who was it? JBL and Shawn Michaels, or not Michaels, JBL and Jericho, actually. JBL got back in the ring for that match, but
okay.
That show was at Madison Square Garden. Cena returned. It's actually one of the better Rumble pay-per-views. Rumble 2000 was also at MSG. Great setup, and also one of the better Rumble shows as well. If you have any recollections of that event.
Of what event? 08?
2000 Rumble at MSG.
Oh, 2000. Yeah, that was Hunter, Cactus.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
The Rock won the Rumble, even though he got eliminated first.
By Big Show, yeah.
That's right. That was Taz's debut, right?
It was, yeah.
Against Kurt Angle.
Yep.
Like I know the matches, but do I know like what happened and how it went down?
Well, no, but still, you know enough about it, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a great show.
And damn, what else happened in 2000 Rumble? I know it's some other matches I'm missing, but those were the three things I recall the most from the Garden.
Yeah, no, both are good shows. He also asked, do you think WWE will charge $30 each night to watch WrestleMania 42 on the ESPN app? I think the answer is yes, dude. I don't think they're going to charge you as one overall show for both nights. I think you're paying per night because it's technically they're two different pay-per-views. So I think you're paying per night, which is pretty fucking dumb, but that's just what it is, right?
What, $80, something like that?
At least, yeah, collectively, which is more than what you would be paying for pay-per-view for WrestleMania 10 years ago before the network.
Yeah, it used to be, what, $50 for one night, and then one night you get, what, 8, 9, 10 matches. Now you pay $80, you probably get like 12, 11, 2 nights worth.
Yeah.
Nah,
that's not worth it.
That whole ESPN thing was a fucking mess for Palooza when he first tried to get on, and I thought I had.
I know.
I gotta pay this more money. That's how they get you. Like,
yep.
It's weird, bro.
Bring back the network.
Nothing will be better than the original network.
Yep.
Nothing.
I agree. This is an amazing deal.
Yep.
Question of the
$9.99.
nine.
That's it.
They hammered it home every fucking week on Raw. $9.99. They were like, "Oh, you're an idiot if you're still ordering on pay per view." Well, am I an idiot for buying the ESPN app and fucking buying your shows on there? Because
Hey, listen, I know Vince did some dumb shit, but that was right on the money.
I
He
1,000%
he
agree.
knew. He knew.
He
You know.
knew. He
He
was he
knew.
was wise for that, and that was
And
one of the
ticket
best
price
things.
too. Ticket price for families, like yo,
Yeah. Well, I
he
mean, to
knew
be
the right
fair,
number.
the product did suck a lot of the time back then, so of course it's going to be cheaper. But the network was still a steal. I mean, to
Yeah,
be fair,
of course. Yeah,
the ticket prices were more affordable.
yeah,
TKO doesn't give a shit.
yeah.
Um,
And Peacock wasn't bad either. Peacock was not bad.
no, better
It's just
deal
like
than what we got now.
it's the library, like yo, where everything's gonna be at now.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the funny thing. It's like I just said, you were paying less for a shittier product at that point. But that being said, we've been on Peacock up until like 6 months ago. They were on Peacock. So for Mania 40, one of the greatest Manias of all time, you paid $10 for that, you know?
Perfect.
And now Mania 42 might not be as good as that show. Probably won't be, let's be honest. And you want us to pay
Yeah.
$40? Come on, man. That's not
$45.
yeah, that doesn't make sense.
It's crazy.
A big question of the video. This is another one of his questions. He said, I think Roman Reigns has the most WrestleMania main events in WWE history. Should WWE refer to him as Mr. WrestleMania and take that name away from Shawn Michaels? I'm going to throw it to you first, Randy. What do you think?
Damn, the way they made it say, like yo, take it away from Sean. Like yo, give me that. Like,
I know,
I
seriously.
mean, if Sean can anoint him, like bless him, yo, you are Mr. WrestleMania. Like if you're the main event 11 times, more than your favorite Hogan, Stone Cold, Cena, Rock, or Taker, Hunter,
Yep.
people you think, oh, I think they main evented 5. No, they did not.
Nope.
After Hogan, it was Roman. Like, oh, Roman got 11 now. Like, and most of it was for the title, and he has a good record at WrestleMania. I think it's above 500. I think
so, yeah.
Out of 10, he's probably 6-4, maybe 7-3, something in that range. But if you're gonna call Roman Reigns Mr. WrestleMania, I have no problem with that. And Sean is Mr. WrestleMania for the moments, but he has more losses than wins. But Roman's a guy, man. Roman can main event this shit next year. Like his shit ain't stopping no time soon. He got 11 in the bag already.
Yeah.
You know, and I think majority of the matches were pretty good. I know he had Hunter, he had Taker, he had obviously Daniel Bryan, Edge, Cody, twice,
Brock, obviously.
Brock, yeah, Brock a few times. 32 was Hunter, 33 was Taker, 34
it was Brock again.
Okay. He wasn't the main event at 35.
He did face Drew on that show and beat him, but yeah, he wasn't in the main event of that show.
And then 36, he didn't do 36, the pandemic one.
Yeah.
So he's been around, man, and he's winning, and he's the top star in the company. So if you want to call him Mr. WrestleMania, yeah, Tribal Chief, OTC, Mr. WrestleMania, put the ones up. Oh, for sure, yeah.
I'm gonna say
I think Sean will bless him.
I'll still say no because I feel like, listen, when I think, and I'm sure you think of Mania, I think of Shawn Michaels for the amazing matches he had on that show.
Yeah.
When you ask someone younger, though, they'll probably say Roman Reigns. They're not going to think of Shawn Michaels. So I'm still going to say it's Shawn's title for now. I think at some point it's going to be like, I mean, I guess even before Shawn came around, people would have still said Hogan. Like Hogan was probably people's Mr. Wrestler. He main evented the first, fucking 9 Manias? I mean, he was Mr. Mania for probably a lot of people in the 80s and early 90s. And then Shawn didn't main event as many Manias, but he had all those amazing matches. To me, it'll forever be Shawn, but you could also make a case for Taker, who went undefeated at the show, for 20 years or whatever. Roman, I get. Roman is probably the modern day Mr. WrestleMania. Not for best matches, because some of those Brock matches sucked, but for the amount of shit that he's done at the show, winning titles, losing titles, main eventing specifically, like you said, there's definitely a case to be made there. And I feel like that case is going to only grow the more time passes, and as these kids get older, I think that title's going to go to him ultimately.
Yeah, and I think it comes down to the impact. Like Sean could have that nickname, but it's the moments. But aside from Taker 25, which is the greatest match of all time for many people, and the greatest WrestleMania match. He had the WrestleMania with Stone Cold, which he was injured. He had a WrestleMania. Like Shawn Michaels main evented how many Manias? It was 14, 23 with Cena.
Oh, he main evented a lot, I guess, then. Yeah, so he main evented 14, 23, 20 with Benoit and Triple H. Obviously, his last one with Taker, he main evented. And then Bret Hart.
4.
So 12. Mania 12, I mean. So at 5. I guess he main evented 5.
Oh.
That's a lot.
Yeah, your Wi-Fi going. There you go.
Is it back? Okay.
Yeah. You sound like a transformer for 2 seconds.
I can see and hear you though. I think I should be good now.
Nah, you were saying how many times Shawn main evented WrestleMania?
Yeah, so I think it would be 5, right? Because Mania 12 with Bret.
Yes.
With Stone Cold. That was
14.
Mania 14, you said. 20 with Benoit and Triple H. Cena 23. And then his last one with Taker 26, right? Oh, hold on. I think it might have broken again.
Yep, that's on you, buddy.
Can you still hear me or no?
I'm choppy now, but meaning your audio choppy, but I hear something.
Okay. What about now?
No.
You can't hear me now?
Nope. Don't see you, don't hear you.
All right, hold on.
All right.
I think it's an audio issue, but hold on. One sec. Let's see. What about now? Can you hear me now?
Choppy.
Why is it doing that? Give me one sec. Turn this off real quick. That's what happens when it's live. It's live production.
I know, right? The one time I get on, you got the choppy Wi-Fi.
I know.
You're like, damn.
I know. Like my computer's
I can hear you a little better now.
Okay. It's probably better now.
There you go.
But yeah, 5 Mania main events for Shawn Michaels. That's how many he main evented.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And fucking Roman doubled that.
Yeah, he's over double. This will be his 11th. That's insane. So I guess bottom line is I could see the case being made. My answer is still no, but ask me again in 5 years. I feel like the answer might be Roman Reigns, depending on how much more he does at Mania. And Daniel even said it in the chat. He talks about the moments. I agree. Like I'm talking like best Shawn matches were at Mania. He's had better Mania matches than Roman. But Roman's had a lot of great moments. Losing the belt, like we said, retaining it as many times as he did. The first Brock match at 31. Some shitty moments too. But, I feel like there's a case to be made there with the younger fans. And it's just, that's just what it's going to be.
It's like LeBron and Jordan. Like
exactly.
If you're in that time frame, you're gonna pick Jordan. The Romans probably everybody's LeBron now. Like
exactly.
That's what it is.
It's what it is.
Yep.
A couple AEW questions. At Iwagu91 from Twitter said here, he said, I just realized that much like Jey Uso, Kyle Fletcher's successful singles run, he's in AEW, started after his Aussie Open partner Mark Davis was out injured. Did you notice the similarity? I did not notice that, but that's an interesting comparison. He also said, well, Davis and Fletcher got back on the same side after the former joined the Don Callis family. It was smart of AEW to not reform Aussie Open by continuing the momentum Fletcher has gotten and is still getting as a singles competitor. What are your thoughts? I think Kyle Fletcher is great. I'm glad they didn't reform the team. I think they're a good team, but Kyle Fletcher is one of the guys in AEW they should be building around, and I think it was smart to not reform the team because he's much better on his own at this point. And then his third question was, if or rather when Liv and Raquel feud based on the tensions between the two brewing as of late, who would be the babyface? In my opinion, I would probably say Liv. I think Liv is more over than Raquel. People would want to cheer Liv, but I think they might want to turn Raquel babyface because she'll be sick of Liv's shit in storyline. But who do you think will be the babyface, Randy?
I think Raquel. This is my boy Terrence said this maybe a year ago, but he sees the Diesel Shawn Michaels comparison to Liv and Raquel and Shawn thrived as the heel in the first go around. I think Raquel can be the baby face, which could be interesting to get her out of Judgment Day. But Liv is phenomenal as a heel. Like the last time she was face, I don't even know when because she's been heel for so long, and then she's the heel that gets under your skin. She's annoying. She's pesky. Like it's like, yeah, get away from me. But that's what she does. That's her
Yeah.
job. Um, Raquel on the flip side could be like that Diesel Kevin Nash. Obviously, she's mimicking Big Sexy and everything from Kevin Nash. So, seeing a good side of her. I think maybe at the Mania, hopefully they'll have the split, so Liv will stay with Judgment Day, or they kick out Raquel, whatever the case may be. But I think Raquel being the good guy could could be something. Could that is a nice main event match, Raquel
Yeah.
and Liv. The story is there. It could be non-title, but probably it will be for the title post WrestleMania. But Liv as a heel is fucking phenomenal.
She's excellent. I do think there's
Yeah.
going to come a point where they're going to have to turn her face though, because she's just so popular. Eventually,
If they do that, then you got to turn Liv and Dom together.
I know. I agree with that. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think at that point, I actually probably agree with you. I said I would turn Liv, but if you turn Liv, they're not going to boo Raquel. They're just gonna. Oh, I don't know. I feel like if they turn
Mm,
Raquel, maybe they would cheer Liv. I don't know. I'm not really sure, but
that's tough.
it's tough. But you got to take the risks and try to get her more over. I think Raquel's good though. Like you said, I feel like the whole Diesel comparison is great.
Yeah.
So
Nah, Raquel, Roxanne, like, and we probably don't have enough time for this, but I mentioned yesterday that people are gonna look back and notice how important, they may not see it now, but how important the Judgment Day faction is.
yeah,
Going back to when Edge started up, and all the champions, all the young talent he had, from Damien to Finn to Rhea
yeah.
to JD to Dom to Liv to Roxelle Raquel, like, yo, time out. Like, I know there may not be a lot of fans of Judgment Day, but when you look back at it, you can be like, no, that is a very significant faction.
Oh yeah, no, for
So,
sure.
yeah,
Created new stars, lot of success, longevity. They survived the
yep,
Vince and Triple H regimes both. I mean,
that's right.
a lot of success there. I think it's going to go down as one of the best modern factions. That and the Bloodline for more so for storyline reasons.
For sure.
Average Grunt said, "Who out of these two do you think will be the first Mexican AEW Men's World Champion, Andrade or Bandito?" I think Andrade. Have you caught any of Andrade? What he's done, Randy and AEW in the last couple of months, or no?
I wish I could see more AEW. You know me, going back to our boy Mark. Remind me,
Yeah,
like, yo, I'll dabble here and there. Am I consistent enough? No, I'll be honest, but I'll check in from time to time. So I seen Omega return. I seen Andrade come there now. Champa is there in
yeah,
AEW, so I think he won the TNT
yep,
title.
correct, yeah.
So um, yeah, I know the powerhouse dude left and came to the E, but I try to keep in tabs with what they got going on. So I think yeah, I try my best.
Yeah. No, no, I see what you're saying. Ope three-way, last couple questions here. They asked, are there any indie or lesser known men or women floating around the indie scene right now who could be a huge signing for TNA, maybe a homegrown star kind of feel? I think Richard Holiday, he's on the indie scene right now. I think he's great. Get him in TNA. I think he's someone to build
Mhm.
around. Killer Cross he's carrying Cross, obviously. He's a free agent or he's an MLW or whatever. Get him
Yeah,
in TNA if he wanted to go there. They can build. He's not really a homegrown guy, but I think there's not a lot of free agents right now. I think everyone's kind of in a big company, so it's kind of hard to say that TNA should build around these people. But they're on
yeah,
AMC, so I saw their ratings were like over 200,000 people, which for a number for them is great. So
yeah.
glad to see them growing. And then Millennial Noob, our boy Noob, had two
Dude.
questions here. The man Noob, he was talking about asking about Andrade's second run in the company, saying that he's been very impressive, although he should say, or he should stop, as the kids say, rising up to those women, because he's a ladies gimmick right now in AEW. I
Mm,
do see him as AEW champion. I think Andrade's been good. I just said that a second ago. I think he's been great. Hope he does win the title at some point. I don't see it happening anytime soon,
yeah,
but he's been doing better work than he was in his second run in WWE, which was also good, but I think he's been higher utilized in AEW.
I
And
don't know
then,
if you know, but Noob is a big Kabuki Warrior fan.
oh,
The whole EO Oscar of it all, with the Char Alexa, the Naya. He always asks about what are they gonna do about Mania with Oscar and EO. I'm like, I don't know. That should have been, you know, started already, because you
sure,
thought
yeah,
Oscar and EO. Like, all right,
yeah.
boom. What do you do with everybody else? I don't know. Do you split Kabuki? I think you should. Do you split Charlotte and Alexa? Maybe that's next. So it's like also Rhea and EO. Like, but
He's
he's
a
always
women's
asking
wrestling
about EO.
expert. Yeah, no, he's always asking
Yeah,
about Asuka and Io. Every week, it's a variation of the Asuka and Io question: have they failed the feud and all this other stuff? Usually, my answer is the same.
Yeah.
You spoke too soon because his second and last question here said, and you would think from the first half that this isn't. It's not going in that direction, but it ultimately ends up there. He said, "Do you think Tony Khan can do a better story between Okada and Takeshita, which is a great story right now, than
Hmm.
Triple H can do with the story between Asuka and Io Sky?" So basically, he's comparing the stories. I'm not really sure why. I'm not sure it's because they're all Asian talent. I'm not really sure what the similarity is there between the two.
Hmm.
But the Okada Takeshita story, I know you don't follow AEW closely, Randy, like you said, but they're doing a great story right now with them. It's their most must-see storyline, I would argue. The
Right.
Asuka and Io thing, you kind of just talked about it a little bit, but they've kind of moved away from it. I thought we would get Asuka and Io maybe at Mania. It doesn't look
Yeah.
like they are, so I do think Tony Khan can do a better job with that story than Triple H is doing with Asuka and Io, because it looks like it's kind of stalled out. So do you see that match happening at Mania or at any point soon, or have they kind of been there, done that? It's time to move on, even though we never got that major singles match between the two.
I don't mind seeing it, but they got to get the tag titles off of Io and Rhea. That's the only thing. Like, I don't mind if Rhea and Io and my boy Kenny and I spoke about it. Like, if you have like a multi-woman triple threat tag ladder match, something to that degree at Mania with Rhea and Io with Lash and Naya, and then maybe Charlotte and Alexa, maybe to that degree. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm cool, but someone like Rhea should be having like a singles match at Mania. Someone like Io should have a singles match. Same with Charlotte and Alexa.
Yeah.
But this is what they have going on. If Io and Oscar do have a one-on-one, it's like about time. But it's like it's too many stop and go. Stop and go with you started in September, October, and you fade out to the holidays, and New Year comes and they lose the tag titles on Netflix, and it's been nothing since after that. They teasing Kyrie saying like, "Oh, what's Kyrie going to do with Oscar?" Like she threw Alexa out the Rumble, but there's no follow up after that. So it's a lot of moving parts. So what Oscar's gonna do, Kyrie or Io Sky, and it's like, yo, we're in February 10th. What the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, no, I don't know if they even know, to be honest with you. They kind of have to figure it out with the bigger stars. Like, I like the unpredictability, but I'm not sure if they know where they're going with it, and that's kind of part of the problem. Rhea
Yeah,
and Io, like you said, should have prominent singles matches at Mania. I completely agree with that. Asuka, no offense, and she's great, but been there, done that. Like, she's had her matches at Mania. She's faced Bianca a few years ago. She faced Charlotte in 2018.
yeah,
She's had her matches at Mania. She's never won at Mania, which is kind of shocking. I think she's lost more matches at Mania than fucking Sasha Banks has, which is, I mean, Sasha did eventually win at Mania, actually.
mhm,
Asuka never has, which is crazy. But no, yeah, I totally agree. And then we'll end with that. Daniel also said, like someone else mentioned, quite a few of Roman's Mania matches have been lackluster, like the Taker one, Hunter, Brock, Drew. So is he really Mr. Mania? I agree with that. No, I can understand that. I just feel like people will ignore those things in favor of what you said. Like he won a lot, big matches, some really good matches. People will
mhm,
kind of forget about the weaker ones. Like Sean didn't have a lot of weaker Mania matches. He just had great match after great match. But nowadays, WWE is all about the moments and
yeah,
not so much the matches as much. And I think for a lot of people, he might be Mr. Mania. He's not my Mr. Mania yet, but in due time, I think he will.
yeah.
So at some
It's
point,
like real quick, the moments like you're probably doing Becky and AJ in Chamber because it's Chicago.
exactly. Yeah, it's a moment.
Like, yeah, but like, yeah, you say that for Mania, but it's like they're not. AJ may not be around to continue the story through Mania, so they probably push it up now. But we'll see how it goes. But yeah, it's about moments, about the likes, the clicks, the social stuff, and
Yeah.
it's less about the story than it is about the viral moment. So that's where we at now.
No, exactly. That's WWE and TKO in 2026. That's just
That's
the
right.
state of the
That's right.
business of for WWE specifically these days. So can't
Pretty
say I'm
much.
shocked. And yeah, Daniel, the last thing he said there was Graham and Randy at the same time might be too much star power for the feed, which is probably why it broke down. I agree with that. I agree with that. I would definitely agree with that. Reversing the roles here today, Randy. Usually you're in the host spot doing your thing and throwing out questions and stuff, and
Yeah.
it feels weird to be on the other side of it here today. But this has been a lot of fun, so I appreciate you joining me for a long stream. But it's been a lot of fun.
Nah, thank you, man. I love you, man. I appreciate you. Known you for almost a decade, over a decade, and
It's
you
been
do
a
a
minute.
great job on this with Bleacher Report. Fan sided, man. Been a fan, and anytime that you can support me, I support you. So no, there's more to do going forward on my platform and on your platform. I love what you got going on. I love the comments and everything. Even though I can't see it on my side, but I see it on the YouTube
Yeah.
page. But got a great fan base. Keep it up, keep it going. Whenever you want me to come on, I got you.
I appreciate it, brother. No, I appreciate you reaching out and wanting to do this. I know we've been talking about it for a little while now, and I thought this would make more sense. Usually RJ's with me on Thursdays, but I'm like, you know what? For hashtag to field some questions, and I know we didn't just talk wrestling here today, Randy. We got a lot of
That's right.
basketball. We got pizza talk. We got a lot of we covered
Super
a lot
Bowl,
of ground.
Bad Bunny, like come
Bad
on.
Bunny, Super Bowl, yeah.
We NBA, James Harden.
Yeah. Usually I'm not the one to go to with that sort of question, but when you're here, Randy, nothing is off limits. So I appreciate that.
I'm a Swiss Army knife. We talk about 4 or 5 different things within an hour and a half. So
Exactly.
That's why I'm here.
No, exactly. That's why you're the man to call, Randy, at all times. Mr. Podcast himself.
That.
And Mr. Photography, too, for all the great pictures. But I'll get back to that in just 1 second. Want to shout out the channel members one more time. Alexis, Miss My Matthews, Dillon, DiGiacomo, Mrs. Renee, Daniel, Malcolm, at I'm Quarter on X, DJ Swerve 1, he was here earlier. Shout out to Swerve at Swerve 1 on IG. We'll see you in Vegas, my friend. RJ at RJ_Marceau on X. John Ritland, Real Honesty with John Ritland on YouTube. Richie, Red Planet Wrestling on YouTube. And Average Grunt at gruntwrestling.bluesky.social on Blue Sky. Be sure to send in your questions, guys, for next week's episode. Find me on the Twitter machine at WrestleRant with the hashtag AskGSM. Send them in on there. Facebook.com/Graham.GSM.Matthews. When I do put the post up, it's on Monday evenings, or put the question on the wall, or right here on YouTube after the video is done being live. Include your question in the comment section. I'll include it in next week's edition. Be sure to like the video and subscribe on your way out. Mr. Randy Cruz, I had it in the other format before I switched it over to the comment section, but I had your handle up there. It's at Randy J. Cruz. One more time, where can people find the show? 2 out of 3 falls. I will be making an appearance soon, I promise you that. But until then, though, where can people find you on with your show and everything else?
They can follow me on all social media platforms. Randy J. Cruz, RENDY, letter J C R U Z. Find the podcast on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, also on Amazon Music. Follow us on YouTube. YouTube.com/Cruise Control Podcast. Find the podcast clips on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at 2 out of 3 falls pod. I think we just got to 700 a little while ago. So I'm happy. Yeah. Hopefully it'll stay 700. Nobody dips out and give me back to 699. But it's a big number for us. Still more to go, but always appreciate the day ones, the people who watch you, whether you have 3 people watching you or 10, 15, 20, or 100. They're always going to be around. So I definitely love and support them. But yeah, man, just trying to get the name out there, the channel bigger, be in that realm of other podcasts and other platforms for pro wrestling, obviously basketball, and having someone like you on our team is great. So I know you've been doing this for a long time, and you're the one that speaks to the top dogs. You speak to Triple H and Undertaker and Charlotte. I'm like, damn, I can't even.
They were meeting CM Punk and talking to CM. You were taking pictures of Charlotte, and she DM'd you. I can't say Charlotte's ever DM'd me.
But that's different. Where I didn't have a sit down virtual whatever powwow 15-minute with Punk or
guess, but you took pictures of all these people, and they're fucking amazing. I could never do that. I would never have that chance. So I mean, to each their own, brother. You do great work. I don't think you know enough about how talented you are with literally every single thing that you have done. And it's been amazing to see on my end too, having known you for over a decade. And I'm sure we can talk all about it again when I see you in Vegas at In and Out after one of the nights of Mania.
That's right, man. Hopefully we're both in Vegas for WrestleMania. Hopefully the next month I get some more information, and we can rock out over there, my brother.
Yeah, I mean, Fernando, as we go off the air here, I mean, first of all, yes, I agree, and second of all, Fernando said, "Forget RJ, let's just have Randy on from now on." Hey, that's slander to RJ. Hey. Listen, you're taking Mr. Marceau's spot.
Nah, see, what you got to say is, Graham, RJ, and
there you go.
I don't sub in. RJ stays here. I can add on to it. I'm like the third man in the triple threat.
You're the third man in the NWO. You're Hulk Hogan, Randy.
I'll be Fatu.
You'll be fine too. Okay,
He'll be
all right, that's
Cody.
good.
He'll be Drew.
Okay. I don't know if that's a compliment or not, but I'll take it. I'll take it for what it is.
Yeah.
But I appreciate that, brother. Definitely at some point we'll have to do that. Thank you for all the love in the chat, guys. Be sure to go support Randy, everything that he does. He has been fantastic. This is a long time coming, and I'm sure we'll have him on again soon, whether it's this show or the show on Thursdays, whatever it might be. We will definitely chat again soon on a platform. But Randy, brother, this has been awesome. Thank you again. I appreciate it. Everyone else tuning in. Thank you so much. Have an awesome rest of your week. We'll be back on Thursday for WrestleRant Radio with the aforementioned Mr. Marceau. Until then, have a great one, folks. I'm Graham GSM Matthews. For Randy Cruz, we will catch your ass down the road.
Thank you.